I don't know why the button broke, but hey, look at that! We are streaming today. Hey, welcome in. It's time to finally play some Skong. Welcome in. Congrats on being first, Rosie. Welcome in, Cat. Welcome in, Cams. Hope you've had a lovely day so far. I know I'm going to be having a lot of fun in the near future. It's time to squish some bugs. Exactly. Well, almost. I'm still going to yap a little bit here in the beginning. You know, as we do. But I'm going to start Skong relatively soon, just because, you know, time and stuff. Before I start, there were like a few things I wanted to talk about, but now that stuff broke. Also, by the way, I'm really annoyed. Give me a second. Okay, that should have fixed it. So, I tried to unmute myself using the button. The problem is, the button doesn't work as long as you are tapped into OBS. I don't know why that is. Kind of messed up like my whole intro spiel. I don't know, I'm kind of like out of the loop now. I had to fix that one because like now my unmute button looked like it was like kind of muted. It's terrible. Anyway, as I mentioned on like Friday's stream is I kind of changed like a few audio settings. I still changed like a little bit today. Should be like a rather minor thing, but I'm like still not 100% like 100% like content with like where I am, just because like at this point I don't know if you can hear it, but like if I left click it should be relatively loud, and I don't know if that's going to be too loud as well as if I'm using like the controller. I feel like that might be a little bit more than I actually want to have like audible. I'm gonna add like a filter for that. I didn't have the time to set that one up today, so I'm sorry for like all the clicking that you're going to hear, but hey. Anyway, also, yeah, I added a new, you know, spoiler message. This is just like the one that I want to have pinned. Like the exclamation backseat is also completely fine. I just thought it was like, how do I say? It was written, you know, just as my mods are. They are way too nice for doing like all of this stuff for me here. And that's like a lovely message, right? Like it's a nice reminder, but I feel like the spoiler equal ban is like a better way to talk about it. Yo, Cassie, welcome in. You made it, just woke up. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while, but to be fair, that's like mostly my fault. I haven't streamed in like half a year, except for like I did like one on Friday. Anyway, what else did I want to talk about? Funny thing is, this is something I completely forgot about like over like the months that I hadn't streamed this. Okay. I don't know if I seem like it. I always feel like people don't really assume it of me, but I am actually a bundle of nerves just running around. And I completely forgot how much starting streams stresses me out. Like mainly because, how do I put it? Overall, I don't think streaming is stressful. It's really fun, especially like once people start chatting and stuff. It's like a really lovely activity, but like before, like the hours before I start the stream, I'm getting like slowly more stressed out. And I noticed that today again, right? Like I get like a really raspy voice. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but there are certain streams, especially if they're like in certain time slots where my throat is like really raspy in the beginning. And like after like an hour or so, it's completely fine. But it's literally just because like I get so stressed out, I have to cough. It's like one of those stress reactions that I have. It's really weird. I've had that for years. It's like not just a stream thing. It's also like when I have to go to like a place, I generally get like really stressed out about it. And it's like something I didn't really notice because like if I'm just recording for YouTube, I can kind of just decide to start recording. It takes like 5 minutes for me to get ready. But like the stream, for example, because I said it's like 9 p.m. I was like, you know, ready to stream technically at like 5 p.m. or something like that. I could have like started really early if I really wanted to. But obviously I didn't want to. I mentioned before I have like more energy in the evening. So yeah. So it's been like multiple hours of like the stress just like slowly building up, and I'm like, I just want to start. Also, I just wanted to start because I'm like really looking forward to the game. But yeah. But it's just like something I have to pay attention to, that I can't, like sometimes muting is like kind of an issue. Just in case I'm ever like muted like during gameplay, it's probably just because I missed the button. Just, you know, feel free to give me like a heads up because of that. I just remember that because it happened twice before, like during both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where there was like a story moment where I was like doing silly voices and I had myself muted because I had to cough before. Effects before you weren't able to do anything the 1.5 hours between book club and this either. That's also something, right? Like, here's the thing. I also get that you ate some ice cream. Okay, that's actually lovely. No, but I also get that. There are like multiple things to that. Like that's the one thing that I'm getting like more and more stressed before like an event that I have to go to. It's mostly like for like social gatherings and stuff. Like I remember I had like a lot of stuff to do with like work, for example. Like even going to work always made me like really extremely stressed. I had to like basically, how do I put it? I always felt like I got late. It was later and later, and I had to like get ready. And then I started coughing because of like all the stress, which then in turn would stress me out even more because like while I was coughing, like I had these coughing fits, I couldn't actually like, you know, leave the house, right? I had to get like ready and like had to calm down first. And that also led to me being like late again, which then again in turn stressed me out some more, right? Like you can probably see like how this is like kind of death spiral. But yeah, wait a second. They brought back the NASA badge. Oh, that's cool. Like when they were announcing the astronauts, I had the stream open. I didn't actually get to watch it, but I didn't get a badge, I think. Or did I? No, I don't think I did. Yeah. Anyway, I just got like a notification on Twitch. Also, if I mentioned this like in last stream, but like if I'm looking around like weirdly, like for example, like over there, I completely changed my layout, like where I have like stuff. For example, I have like a separate chat instead of having that one in OBS, because like now I can properly work with that chat. But like my OBS is like over there now. So like if I'm looking in this direction, it's probably just because I'm checking my audio or something. You could never stream or record. So give me credit, you have too much anxiety. Okay, here's a funny thing about that. I think I have the vast advantage that when I was a kid, I had like a lot of time like basically by myself because I had my surgeries and stuff. Yo Cal, welcome in. Hope you have had a lovely day so far. But anyway, like around that time, I like when like Let's Plays really started, especially like Minecraft Let's Plays and stuff. I also just wanted to do that. So like when I was a kid, I basically started and like I had a lot fewer inhibitions when it came to that. I was not quite a bundle of nerfs back then. And I also had like the advantage I got like a really, really positive reception when I first started out like in 2011. Like I never took it seriously, so I never really grew. And I like, you know, it was like part of like multiple channels that never really did anything. Right, but it was like a hobby that I every once in a while picked up and I never really took seriously. And so I had like the advantage to take this hobby first of all like back in, when was it, 2018, late 2018 I actually picked it up, like streaming actually. I never streamed properly before, I only did like YouTube recording. But I did actually stream in 2018, back then in German. There's actually one viewer who's like from back then who has popped in like every once in a while, which was like really fun to see. Or like, it's like really surprising because they like instantly recognized me and I was like, I remember you had like a name change, which made it like a little bit harder for me to remember them, but still. It was a lot easier when they joined like the Discord because they still used like the old name. But still, really fun time back then. And I basically used that as speaking practice for my final exams back in the day. Right, so like I have like a little bit of experience, and obviously like switching over to like English was like a little bit more work in my opinion, just because like I wasn't comfortable in my like I guess English language skills. The only reason why I basically started was, okay, there were like multiple reasons, but like there were like multiple reasons that kind of compounded around the same time. Like for example, I had like an English class back then that was like on a I always forget it, it's C2, right? That's at like the highest level. And like I easily passed it, right? Like with, I guess flying colors or whatever you want to call it. And I just thought like, you know what? Actually, English can't be that hard. I just need a little bit of practice. So I kind of, you know, started. Just kind of try to get out of my shell. Anyway, I feel like I missed like a lot while we're talking about like ice cream and stuff here in chat. You ate all the ice cream? I mean, you know, professional ice cream eater, I guess. Anyway, you could never stream. Yeah, we talked about that. Boss fights videos would also always be cool. Wait a second. Okay. Anyway, this is basically where I'm at. I just wanted to kind of start about talking about like a random story about me being stressed. And yeah, it was like a weirdly stressful day outside of that. Like there are other things that really stress me, but again, it's mainly like these social gatherings that I have to go to, oftentimes with like a timer. And it's like really, I think it's really funny because like the moment they start, the entire anxiety just like kind of pops out of existence basically. It's just kind of gone. But like until I'm there, like I'm just so stressed and I do not know why that is. It's just something I have not been able to fix over like the last decade or so, that I have had like so many troubles with that. But hey, that's just life, I guess, right? Sometimes you just kind of have to live with that. Anyway, any other cool stories in chat? I do remember, like, you were talking about, like, book club. What were you reading, by the way? I kind of didn't really notice too much about that. I'm so terrible at reading books, like we talked about that. I never get the time to. Like, I still have, like, a bunch of books that I want to read. But, like, because now I have, like, the whole bachelor thesis to work on, I always feel, like, so guilty when I do anything besides, like, the few things that I have, like, allocated times for. Especially because currently I'm kind of stuck with, like, the bachelor thesis, just because, like, some software doesn't work, but that's, you know, besides the point. Orbital by Samantha Harway. Okay, what's the bit about? I honestly, like, again, I don't really know books. Sounds cool, probably. Orbits are generally cool. Yo, Paxi, welcome in. I hope you could relax a little bit. You've been bad about reading lately. Yeah, like, honestly, I used to just devour books when I was, like, younger, mainly because I was forced into situations where I had, like, nothing to do. Fiction about 24 hours on your International Space Station, that sounds cool. Might have to check it out at some point, right? Like, again, I have, like, so many books where I feel like they sound really cool, or, like, they get brought up in conversation a lot, and I really want to read them, but I never got around. Like, at some point I picked up, like, House of Leaves or whatever it's called, and I read, like, the first chapter, and I was like, you know, I see there's going to be, like, a weird story about, like, the main reason why I even tried reading that was because of, like, memes that were, like, constantly posted about it. There's, like, one meme about, like, that book, and I was like, I just need to figure out, like, what it's about. This is, like, basically how reading works for me. I just need to figure out, like, what it's even about. And, like, most of the stuff that I've read basically came from memes, basically. Super Poetic, not a plot book. I mean, that's fine. I read a lot of stuff that doesn't have, like, an intense amount of plot, I would say. Right? Because, like, just to finish off, like, that thought, basically. Like, I don't read a lot of books these days because when I want to read, like, I have, like, a reading share, basically. I need to sit down, I need to get, like, an hour or so until I, like, really get into reading, and then afterwards I can just read for, like, 8 hours straight. That's not a problem for me. Like, normally. At least as long as I don't get distracted. The problem is that I get distracted a lot. And especially, like, when do you have, like, 8 hours to just sit down to read? So, like, I read, like, a shitload of mainly manga, like, a slice of life manga, just because, like, you can just get a chapter each week and, like, it doesn't matter what happened before. You just have, like, you know, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of, like, stuff that happens, I guess, but it's, like, kind of, you know, self-contained for the most part. And you don't really have to, like, think about, like, what you're even reading, because it's just going to pop up, like, on your timeline when it gets released or something. Anyway, Orbital is amazing. Super sad you didn't finish it on time. Yeah, sad to hear. It would have been probably cool, right? Read out to your brother's dogs yesterday. You were dog sitting and every page made you cry. So that kind of emotional book, okay. Interesting. Again, I might have to check it out at some point. Like, where was I? Yeah, completely get that. Like, the whole idea that you don't read it forever and then when you do, you do. Like, I remember many years ago, this was like in 5th grade, I think, we had to read a book for German class. And this was like, basically, like, in 5th grade, you don't really read, like, for heavy literary analysis. You just, basically, they just want you to get into reading. And we read a book. It was the first book of a series. I forgot what it was called. I might be able to find it. I don't want to say something wrong. No, that's not it. I don't remember. Wait. Was it that book and I just got, like, a different cover? Wait a second. Let me. I'm currently just reading, like, the Wikipedia page of what I just found. Yeah, it is this one. It's the Alex Rider series. The first book was called Stormbreaker. I just looked at it and, like, the cover does look nothing like the cover that I have. Like, the cover that I have has, like, a skull on it, and, like, in the one that I find on Wikipedia, there's just, like, I don't know, some lightning storm in green. Anyway, I remember getting that one. Yeah, I remember really struggling through that first book because we had like tasks to do and like you sometimes sat down like during class to continue reading, but I was like so behind and I barely got a passing grade on that exam basically. Or, like, you know, it's not just an exam, you had like a whole folder to basically fill out with like tasks and stuff. And I remember being done with the first one going like, you know what, that wasn't too bad. And I picked up like books 2 to 6 that I read like through 2 to 5 in like really quick succession. I don't think I've ever finished like the 6th one, but I remember really liking that one. And I do still remember to this day like one scene, I think it was like in the 3rd book, just because it was like a really cool series. It's basically about like this kid who becomes like part of the MI6 for some reason. It's like, you know, geared towards like, it's like a youth novel, but like it was a perfect time in 5th grade to read something like that. So anyway. I feel like I missed so much again. I tend to not read while I'm yapping because otherwise I'm just getting too distracted. I don't know how streamers do it. Where was I? You've read almost every day for like 2.5 years. That's cool. And yeah, obviously, I always think like it's really easy when you're getting like into like if you have like a schedule for it, like whether it's like physical reading or like if you're listening to an audiobook on the side. Like I always think like the audiobook at least has like the advantage that you can kind of do something on the side. But I always feel like I don't think I would have like the attention span to listen to something and like read it through it that way if I did something on the side, right? Like I tend to get too distracted. I did actually read through like some audiobooks like that. There were like there was like back when I was still working, Will Save the Galaxy for Food, I think what was it called. You know, from the Zero Punctuation guy. I know it's not called that anymore, but that's just how it's always going to be ingrained in my mind. I really like that one and like the other novels. Like I read like 2 other novels of his, and he back then didn't release them as like, you know, paper novels, but instead they were like all audiobooks read by himself. So I had like those on like Audible back then when I had it. So anyway. Wait. Your sister's coming to inject you? Dang. That's an interesting sentence, and like people could be ready to add that one as a random sentence to post. Where was it? You're almost exclusively reading the Murderbot Diary series. I remember like reading the beginning of like the first book of that because you were praising it so much, and I thought it was like really interesting. But again, I tried listening to it while I was like doing my workouts, and I just felt like, you know what, during a workout I need like something that has like a bit more, I guess, I need like a little bit more energy to keep it up, basically. That's like how I felt about it. Right, like nothing against the book in particular. It's just like hearing someone just read to you while you're trying to keep like your heart rate up is like a bit too slow to like to me personally. Anyway, let's practically request. Wait. I feel like I missed something in the conversation there. But yeah. By the way, I think you did it the wrong way around. If you had like a chat quote, you use like the chatter, and then you say what I said. But I can fix it in post, don't worry about it. Exactly, how dare they? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna add like a list to like the Twitch mod chat at some point. Otherwise, you know, I can't blame you. It's a confusing layout. I just did it that way because I think it works better like in my head. But again, you know, it doesn't really matter. I can fix it in post. I have the database here. That's like always the advantage of having like your own bot. If I had to basically edit this in like stream elements or something like that, it would be like so much work. Talking about like funny commands, by the way, it's like something I noticed. I don't actually know if I still have it, but there was like one command that someone added. I thought like was the most useless command, not because like it was like inherently a stupid command, but because of how the stream works. And I think it was exclamation late. Yeah, it's that one. That command doesn't work because the bot only runs while I'm streaming. I might have to add that one to like stream elements and like just have it like running in the background so it at least exists, right? I just think it's like kind of funny that it exists like in general. But yeah. That's basically where I'm at. That's fair. You know what? It's also been so long, I barely remember exactly how that happened, right? To be fair, I also like moved a lot of commands over like from before when we were still using stream elements, and technically, like for example, exclamation watch time is like something I cannot do like with my bots. Which is why I have like exclamation watch time still on like stream elements, because it has like its own thing for that. So there are like a few, look at that, 7 days, almost 8 days of watching me. I am feeling watched, let's put it that way. But there are like a few commands, right? Wait. It goes in the same category of commands as yahaha. I mean, to be fair, yahaha should work. I don't know why that didn't work. Or was it yaha? Or I don't know. Wait a second. Exclamation. That's true, that doesn't even count like the first week of watching. To be fair, not only did I not have a bot in the beginning, it took me some time to realize that there was like a setting you have to turn on to actually have the stream elements thing count that whole thing. Because otherwise it doesn't work. Which is still, like 2 hours, still impressive, you know? I mean, apparently that's more than I watched myself, so I appreciate every minute you guys watch. Anyway, there was also... I got interrupted, there was like something else I wanted to do. Oh yeah, is it command list? Yeah, this one's actually all the commands that we have in... by the way, I should get used to pointing this direction instead of this direction, just because of where the chat is. Wait, yeah, works with almost as useless as delayed. Ah, you know what, I think that has like some uses. But yeah, like these are like all of the commands that are currently part of the bot. You know, some of them are more useful than others. Very useful ones like exclamation zone obviously are always going to exist. We do have, I'm trying to think what like the most useful command in here is. Was it Attilak? Or exclamation, what did exclamation has to do? I don't remember actually. Oh yeah, it's that one. Like sometimes I just have to check, like I don't even remember like most of the commands in here. Just because I am generally that scatterbrained, you know, that's just kind of how life works out. Also, we have like the new one, I already talked about this like with the mods, we do have a strong boss devs. That's not how you spell an S, by the way. Right, it's strong boss devs with an S. And we have like all of the bosses that I've died to already in Silksong. All of them, obviously. But no, I'm gonna start with like Silksong soon. But I wanted to... I feel like there was like still one thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, there are like actually 2 minor things. First of all, I did open Silksong once to check like audio levels. No, I have not started the game, but I just checked it with like the main menu. I personally think it was a fine level of volume. Exactly, it's very useful. Also, and there's another one that's like really useful for like Silksong. This one came from Hollow Knight. It's exclamation compass, because don't forget, we don't do easy mode here. No, that's like one thing. I said it's one thing, but I already forgot if I even properly talked about it. Basically, we have like the boss devs. People are going to count that, hopefully. I did check the audio levels. They were fine in the menu. I hope they're also like completely fine like in the game. Generally, like menus are like a little bit louder. Just know that like if the menu is like slightly too loud, maybe that's fine. We are not going to be spending too much time there. Maybe Alitak should be Katila, maybe. But wait. Oh no, the other one is about balls, right? Yeah, the general rule for this channel is basically chatters can have chat commands, right? But I set the arbitrary like limit to 2 because I don't want to have like 10,000 commands that are about that. If there are like more that are like really useful, they either get like their own dedicated command that makes sense, or they just get a chat quote, right? Like we have these, if you use like exclamation chat quote, like they're like random chat quotes. They're just like random comments that people have said to like kind of differentiate from like regular quotes, right? I just like putting that one in every once in a while. Exactly, Mr. Worm. We are going to talk about you in a second. Anyway, that's like the first thing. What else? There was like one thing oh yeah. Last thing. I am generally really terrible in like taking care of like, I'm gonna call it like biological needs. And especially not just for myself, but also for like the chatter. Feel free to remind me like every hour or so to just like take a break. I'm absolutely willing to do that. We have like a timer for that. If you have 2 commands, one of them should be cat probably. I mean, we can change that like in post. Just let me know which one you want to change, and I can do that like between that stuff. Like, because here's the thing, we also have like exclamation redeem, and we do have like a break. Yeah, exclamation redeem break, but nobody ever uses that. So I'm just gonna say like, just remind me. It's okay. It should be fine. And there are like a lot of things that you can do. Maybe the break is just too expensive, who knows. But overall, just remind me every hour or so. I'm free to take a break. My general goal is to like stream till around midnight my time, which is like 2.5 hours, maybe 3. That's like my rough goal, just in case like you have like stuff to do. I do know that's like kind of late for like you people in Europe. You people, right? Not me, obviously. But yeah, that's like roughly where I wanted to go. Who wants to spend songs on a break when you could simply ruin your kidneys? Exactly. Just ruin all your kidneys. You have 2 after all. And I mean, you can always buy more, right? That's basically how that works, right? There's definitely no organ shortage or anything like that. Anyway, those are like the 2 things, right? Like audio. Just if the audio isn't fine once I get into the game, feel free to yell at me. We can fix that. But like before then, it's probably going to be like maybe a tad loud, but I think it was fine. And obviously like the breaks. Otherwise I'm just gonna talk about like the game in a second. I'm gonna pause the music here and then I'm gonna switch over to the other screen. Wait, where is it? Games! Look at that. And then I'm going to start the game and everything should hopefully work. I hope I'm actually offline in Steam. I don't want to get interrupted. Yeah, I'm offline. Really important things. Look at that. Are you loading? Oh, yes. Should you redeem a funny... I don't actually have the funny hats actually in front of me. That's like the issue. I would have to like get one. You know? Anyway, Silksong. I'm gonna do a short little, you know... I guess I wouldn't really call it like a full intro. Basically, I'm playing Silksong for the first time. I have been looking forward to this ever since I finished Hollow Knight last year. Yo, Halbert, welcome in. I hope I will. Anyway, I know very little about this game, except for a few things, and as always with like blind playthroughs, I love going over like the stuff that I already know about the game, because sometimes I'm also like completely wrong, and so I'm gonna quickly do that. First of all, I do know that this game was supposed to be a DLC originally, and then was switched over to like a new region, to my understanding, because it just didn't work out and just made more sense as like basically its full standalone game. I do know that the game has like a different story structure than Hollow Knight. I do know that there are like acts, and to my understanding 3 acts. I was spoiled on that, and then later on I saw it like in thumbnails when people started uploading their videos. I'm assuming that there's like an actual like more linear structure to the story. Not 100% sure how that's going to look like. And as always, I don't actually want any confirmations here or anything. Like, I'm just talking about like the stuff that I am currently doing. Another thing, I have seen, sadly because Twitch is kind of terrible, in one thumbnail, like I was like on my follower page, like follower page, but like the followage page or whatever, like I was seeing the channels I was following, and somebody was streaming Silksong, and I did see one boss title card, and I think it might have been the final one. Just guessing by the name. I'm not going to reveal that name to you guys because I don't want any confirmation. I have not seen the boss, I've just seen the title card. That's like one thing. Wait, you got injected? Oh no. Yeah, by the way, written by BRB, this is like why I said that the chat code works like a different way. I'm gonna fix it in post again. Where was I? That's the thing. There's one last thing that I kinda figured out. Game? Oh, I wasn't tapped in, okay. There's one last thing that I kinda figured out. That is before stream today, I went into the options to check audio. And there is one thing that I thought was like really a curious, I guess, choice. And I might be completely wrong about like my theory here. Hero voice. Why would you call it hero voice? like my theory, like it could just be that I'm reading too much into it and it's just like talking about like I'm assuming Hornet we're playing. I'm assuming. I don't know. Like maybe I'm completely wrong and I got like you know, lulled in a false sense of security with my assumptions here. But maybe, just maybe, it would also mean that there's going to be another character who's called Hero, who is like around here, who's actually talking. I don't know. It's like one or the other. I would be surprised if it's actually my theory, but I don't know. You've never looked at that setting? Yeah, I just wanted to check like the master volume, if I could like go louder, because I wasn't sure if like the game might have been like tad quiet. Like I can always go lower in my audio settings, but I cannot really increase volume that easily. This is why I want to check if I'm like at the maximum already. Anyway, I'm playing with controller. I play 2D games with a controller. That's all I can say to that. Originally, I think somebody mentioned that apparently the game got patched a little bit easier. I originally wanted to play like the 1.0 version. I just completely forgot about that before stream. I'm just gonna play it like this. It's probably fine. I hope it's not going to be like the easiest game ever at this point. Right, like I explicitly stopped playing Hollow Knight because I wanted to take a break before a Silksong, just to get like, you know, a break, get back, you know, lose all that muscle memory and maybe kind of start fresh in a way. You know, I don't want a repeat of like too many easy bosses, because obviously I'm such a great gamer and I would never struggle. Ignore like the 60 plus deaths that I had in like 2 bosses. Anyway, I think with that we're done. I'm gonna take a sip and then we can start. And before I actually properly start, because I was yapping so much, I, as always, missed some stuff. Just saying hello, okay? Chat quotes, you got injected. I hope the injection was great. You're waiting to see the original... Like, I mean, worst case, if you have a second, I can also downpatch. That shouldn't be an issue. I've not started yet. Like, if... This is like a thing. If you want to see me play like the original, I can do that. The goo went in and wasn't too ouchies. Do I want to know what that is about? How long would that take? A minute? It's just like a thing. Like, if you think it's a difference, I can just... I think I just have to find like a setting. It might be like 2 minutes or so. Like, it wouldn't be like a lot of thing. Okay. I mean, if you think it's fun and like nobody else thinks that it would make a big difference, I'm gonna quit the game then. I know it's going to be quiet for a second. I'm gonna play some music in the background. Now let's start, you say? You know what? You're like kind of 50-50. You know, I guess it's a mod fight. Mod fight! No, let me quickly see. I think I can just change updates and stuff. Can you not change game versions? Where was it? I know there's like a setting. Like, here's the thing. If I don't manage to do it like in 2 minutes, I'm just gonna ignore that. Wait a second. It's not that big a deal, okay. I mean, yeah, I held a speech about like hoping it wasn't too easy. I don't actually know like how hard the game is supposed to be. Okay, you have to menu do something. You know what? I'm gonna ignore that. I thought it would be like 2 clicks. I thought it used to be 2 clicks. Seems to be like slightly more. Would probably take like 5 minutes. I don't want to wait 5 minutes. Gonna be completely honest. If it's like not the biggest thing. When I'm doing that, you're gonna shower real quick. But don't feel like you have to wait for me. You know. It's already talking about save points. Enjoy the cleanse. Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's probably, yeah. Like if it had been like a 1 minute thing, I would have done that. But it looks like I would have to figure out like some IDs and stuff. I don't feel like doing that right now while streaming. Let's put it that way. Anyway, one last thing. We do have a death counter. We have like 1 in chat. This is explicitly just for bosses, but I do have like another one in case I die to like other stuff. I think in my Hollow Knight playthrough I died like to 2 other things besides bosses. Maybe? I do remember I died to spikes like once, but yeah, like I can just change that one, right? I hope you enjoyed the very high quality art that I made. I definitely spent like hours of my time on there. Right, I'm gonna go back to 0 though. That should be fine. Where was I? Yeah, but it should be a lot of fun still. I am really looking forward to the game. Again, I've waited for like half a year basically. I just didn't do it because I didn't have the time. Otherwise, I probably would have jumped into it a little bit earlier. To be fair, I would have still given people like the chance to finish their game. As I mentioned before, my goal is to stream at least once a week, probably on Sundays. Just because of like how my schedule works out, because I have like something on some Saturdays currently, and like, you know, in the middle of the week is oftentimes even harder for like people to make it. But maybe, you know what, I'm gonna check, like, post updates on the Discord. As always, we do have the Discord in case you want a spoiler chat. We do have like a role for that. It's a lot easier than having spoilers here. Would still appreciate if people would, you know, pipe up here every once in a while and not just chat in spoiler chat like exclusively. Still though, it's an option. I always like to remind people, this is like kind of the outlet for that. The pinned message should still be there. I can't actually see it on my screen anymore. I just hope it still works. At this point, there's like, I don't think anything left, except for start. I did actually, oh wait, there's actually one thing left. I did bring my trusty notebook. The problem is my trusty notebook is like basically completely full. I have like one page left, like my trusty sheep. Wait, I have to show the sheep. The sheep is important. My trusty sheep notebook. It's great, okay? It has lasted me, or like it has, I guess, served me for like 20 years at this point. It's a great booklet. But alas, I only have like half a page and I need that for like one of the YouTube series. So instead I just got like a new one. So yeah, I'm gonna still take notes. Every once in a while. Don't expect me to take like great notes while recording. It's a stream after all. And you all know with streams I get like redistracted. There are going to be like some things I'm definitely going to notice and some other things I'm going to be absolutely missing. As always, if you get too angry, spoiler chat is there for you. Otherwise, I think I'm done, right? I hope we're all ready to hear the song of Silk. I'm actually going to raise the volume for once. I always play on like 2%. I'm like on 8% now. You know, I'm gonna enjoy the music for once. And it's time to start. 4 save slots. Good choice. This time it's going left to right instead of up and down. That's like, you know, I don't like change. Anyway, let's start. Adjust the slide until the frames touch the edge of your screen. I mean, this is literally what I have. I guess I don't have to change anything. Done. Adjusted brightness. I'm assuming standard brightness is going to be fine. I don't want it, like, here's the thing. I have like bright lights in front of my face. I'm assuming it's going to be bright enough that I can still see stuff. Like, look, judging by the magma, I'm assuming. I mean, that's definitely a choice of an image. I feel like the last one was like a lot darker. Anyway. With that, we started. They see your beauty, so frail and fine. They see your peace, woven of faith and toil. They forget your heart, bound in slumber and servitude. When you wake, they shall see your truth, a beast's nature bare to all. From Pharloom's Folly by the conductor Romino. Okay. Carrying someone? Okay, so it's actually a cage. Like, I wasn't sure if it's like more of a carriage. I'm assuming no voice acting, so we're gonna talk about like bits here. But it reminds me of like the seal in, you know, the Temple of the Black Egg. A bit. Okay. Egg. Act 1. Okay, so that at least got confirmed. It's explicitly acts. Pharloom. Okay, that's I think the word that I didn't get to write down actually. Pharloom. I'm assuming region maybe? Ooh, green. Not quite what I expected after, you know, the intro. Plinks. Ow! that could have been that could have been something. I can bind? Okay, before I do that, there's actually one last thing that I should probably mention. I don't know if this is a prequel or a sequel. Like, absolutely not sure. I also don't want a confirmation until I figure it out. So, that's another thing. Exactly. Focusing just doesn't work, but I can bind apparently. Even though that's like the same key. Ooh. Look. 3 hearts just for, you know, picking up a nail. Oh. Okay, this is like a really neat thing about like animation. Like the little ghost knight that we played in like the first game. They turned around like instantly. We are like doing the little sidestep there. It's actually kind of cute. Okay. Before I really start, I'm gonna like press like all of the buttons to get, you know. Oh, that's new. I expected like to have like a downward slash instead of, you know, whatever poke that is. Do any of the other buttons do anything? Equipment? Ooh, Hunter's Cloak. Simple protective garb. Expertly woven, but showing signs of age. Okay, so I'm assuming we have like a new armor system in here. We have the needle, a long sewing tool, and uniquely balanced for combat. The blade is marked by time and use. And silk. Oh, yeah, there's the song part. Oh, we can almost roll credits. The diagonal pogo, I mean, I'm gonna be so confused about that. Like, I was great at pogoing in Hollow Knight, but that's going to be like a completely different thing. Anyway. Versatile thread naturally produced within the shell. When enough silk is stored, wounds can be healed and skills executed. Attack animals to replenish silk. Yeah, okay, I kind of expected something like that. And a tool pouch. Basic pouch designed for holding tools, traps, and crafting materials. Did not think that we would go into like a crafting situation. Okay. Normal pause menu. Oh. Pressing that button does something. I don't know if there's like another button for that, but what are you doing? I don't know if this is like a taunt or like intimidate. Garama? Okay. I can smack some stuff. I do not have a double jump. I have like the short hops. That's great. I completely forgot that. Like, I've played some games in between. Oh wait, was that something? Oh, am I finding secrets already? I'm gonna ignore that for a second. Basically, I've played like some games in between where like the jumps were like not that nice. You know what? I'm gonna go to the right first. Just like in... Okay, in Hornet you actually went to the right first and there was like a secret to the left. Like, I call it a secret, but... Oh? A shrine, but this one's not really glowing. Right, like one of these... It reminds me of like the shrines in like the first game. Can I break that one? Shell shards? Okay, not quite what I expected. I love the sound so much. I'm gonna give you more of that. Can I spam it? Okay, that's like the quickest I can spam it, I guess. Look at that. Oh, perfect. I'm getting some shards, I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to be like in a pouch, right? Wait, wrong button. I'm gonna have to get like used to that. No. Wait. Shell shards. I can have up to 400. Hardened fragments of shell and bone used in the crafting of tools and traps. Okay. You mean a secret sound? To be fair, I kinda lowered volume already. That's like kind of me that I kind of missed like the full effect of that. But yeah, I kind of have to like keep volume low, otherwise I cannot concentrate on what I'm yapping. That's always what I'm saying. But yeah, it's interesting. Apparently, like, I don't know what crafting exactly entails. They're talking about like traps and stuff, so it's going to be unique. That's how I would put it. Otherwise, I am, I guess, done here. So I can only do one thing, which is take a sip. I should probably mention, because that probably looked like kind of weird, the way my room works out. I have like a curtain here to like, you know, get a little bit better sound and also like to not let light in. Because that makes like, you know, setting everything up a little bit easier. But it also means that my small table that I have for my drinks is basically in my side, and it just makes it like really awkward to like refill my glass. Anyway, back to like more serious stuff. Oh, I like the moss. Like after, you know, all of Hollow Knight, like this seems really soft. Great Hollow Knight seemed like a lot harsher in like a lot of regions, comparatively. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, and it already feels so great, right? I talked about this, or like I gushed about this like a lot during Horror Night, how I really loved how even like the regular jumps feels. Like even once you have like a double jump and stuff, it's still really worth it to just go for like regular jumps every once in a while. There are like very, very few games I've ever experienced where that actually is the case. Anyway, by the way, can I... Okay, I probably don't have any stuff. Oh, I just noticed. Like, if I try to, like, like, I'm assuming it's going to be, like, focusing, like, above me. That's actually wiggling, so I'm assuming this is going to be, like, the meter for all of stuff. Okay, now the question is, what's the top meter for, then? Like, we obviously have, like, the mask shards, but, like, to the left, there's, like, the ring. I kind of assume that this is going to be, like, where the silk is. Or maybe it's, like, a combination of both of them. Or, like, a spool of, like, silk. I could see that, right? Like if you want to stay thematic. But hey, it's time to open the door. Ooh. Moss Grotto. Okay. Look at the little guy. Huh. Enemies in the beginning. Lovely. Also stuff up here. A game by Team Cherry. Oh, look at that. I'm building silk. Do I need to completely fill that one? Wait. Okay, I can't do anything. Ow, that's on me. I tried to like do that pogo move, but hey, first enemy already besting me. Wait. Don't you just love it when a random white page on your computer just blinds you? Yeah, that happens to me way too often. Sound and score by Christopher Larkin. Worst thing is like during my thesis currently I have to read like a lot of papers, and like normally I can do that in dark mode, but I have like one really important one that doesn't work in dark mode. They use like some weird thing where like the PDF is transparent and you can't read the text unless it's like in light mode, and just blinds me so much. Anyway, smack. Oh, look at that heft. Okay, I also got like some shards from you. Wait, does that mean... Do we have like a geosystem even here? Like I'm going to call it like a geosystem like money, because we have like this limit here, but there seems to be like a maximum. Do we even have money? Obviously rhetorical question stuff, but also I do love that you can just, you know, grab onto stuff. That's cool. The little animation there. Would be kind of... Okay, you cannot stand on a wall. You instantly climb. That's important. Right, you think that's evil? Yeah, I really don't get it. But hey, smack. I would really love to fill up my meter there. Can I do something here? This is like really suspicious, but maybe it's just like to teach you that you can, you know, wall climb, I guess. Anyway, smack. And actually not like, here's the thing, they have like spikes on there, and I really don't get like the pogoing yet, so I'm not even sure if I can do that. Okay, so I am kind of right that this is like in a combination, like the whole silk situation here. Can I heal? I can. Okay, and it's also double heal. That's interesting. Feels a little bit less focused, I would say. You know, compared to like focusing. Also, you know, we have like spicy soda again. I don't know if I... Like, I have the weird suspicion that's going to do just deal damage, so I'm not gonna jump down there. We are probably going to have like some situation in the future. Ooh, wiggly bones. Like a situation in the future where I'm going to drop into that one. Unless... Okay, this is actually not something I can break. Unless I can actually stand on like the lily pads, but I don't think I can. Ah, come on. Oh, I can swim. Okay, I did not expect that. That's, I guess, a different set here. You know, exactly. Less focused than focusing. Anyway, I just wanted to see that. I guess the soda isn't that spicy, like compared to like last game. Or maybe I'm just, like, to be fair, it's not, is it that bubbly? Maybe I'm just overthinking this because it's like greenish, but it might just be like green because it's, you know, a great emerald green here to swim in. Too much moss, who knows? Also, there's like another platform there. Okay, I can't make that jump though. Maybe there's a way to do that? I don't think that there's a... It's actually really close. Maybe coyote time? If I have like enough time to stand like on the edge, I could probably grab that. It's really close. I don't want to spend like too much time on that. I might just... That's actually closer. Maybe I can do something like that. I know I'm like experimenting here. I always like to do that in the beginning. I will probably speed it up at some point, but for now I just want to know if this is like possible. This might also just be like to show me that I should turn back at some point. I mean, I can at least smack you. I don't really see anything else up there, so maybe I'm just overthinking this. You know. Oh wait, maybe I could have had I done this right. Maybe could have used like these the knockback, I guess, to get up again. I don't know. It's too late now. Guess I'm just gonna go here. Just wanted to see like what that little guy is. Guess nothing. Smack. Don't annoy me, please. Okay, that was a better pogo. I don't know why, like pogoing feels like kind of off still. For obvious reasons, it's kind of, you know, diagonal. And who likes diagonals? I guess bishops, right? Oh wait, I could have just gone here. Well, I guess I surely, you know, saved time here. Anyway, I'm gonna just have some fun here. Smack! That's more like it. Okay. I can climb up here though. Okay, lovely. Again, it's going to be a lot of exploration. This seems like important. I'm gonna go up here first. Still very important. Okay, so I guess, okay, maybe I just have to cross it like that. What are you eating? You know, this is like a thing about like most games, like the whole Ludo narrative dissonance and stuff that you sometimes hear about, where it's like, are we the bad guy? They're just like here eating. Also, this is like another thing. I just think it's funny that if you look down, it actually looks like Hornet is like looking forward in a weird way. Right. But anyway, I'm just gonna jump over you guys. Just wanna see. Oh, there's actually another room. Now I'm not sure. I'm gonna go like upstairs. I'm sorry. I'm gonna murder you. You're eating my moss. This is my moss. You know, we can't forget that murder is the best pastime activity after all, right now. It's never going to change after all of those years. Exactly. I would also hate people who eat. Unless it's myself, you know, I don't hate myself. I'm fine with eating myself. Okay, I shouldn't eat myself, but like, I am fine with eating when it's myself. Oh, a fruit? What did I attribute? I definitely didn't fail any things, and I also didn't down patch. Would have been like slightly more work. I would have done it otherwise, but hey. So not much. Damn. Fruit? Smack you? A mossberry. Inventory? Mossberry. Sweet fruit that grows in moist environments. Moist. Its seeds are toxic to most creatures. Okay. I'm actually not sure. This is like another thing. Because it talks about like, the tool pouch is holding like traps and crafting materials. Is the mossberry part of that, or do I get like another window for that like in the future? I don't actually know. Again, rhetorical, but you know. Also, I'm still deathless so far. Like, you know, you can see the death count over there. You know, it's still a great one. I love that one. It's so much work in there. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm gonna take like a just brief moment. Like, we have like electric blinds and they're currently going down. It's just like annoying noise. So I'm gonna take a sip. Okay, now it's done. The stream has been a perfect motivational cross-switch again. I hope you enjoy. Oh? What's happening? Hornet, please. I can't even attack anymore. Did you eat that berry? I thought the seeds were poisonous. Okay, something's definitely sapping your energy. Can I literally cannot do anything here, okay. But you're fine again. Okay, I'm not really sure what exactly does that, but I feel like that's where I should be in the story so far, right? Oh, it's got a tummy ache. I mean, I said it before. Why did you bring the mossberry if like the seeds are so poisonous to you? You should not eat those. And yes, I can look down. I did notice that. Ooh, something glowy. Just seeing. That's the end of the room. Okay, let's go over here then. Wait, I want to go there and then whoop. Take. Oh, interact like up. I completely forgot that I have to press up to that. A frayed rosary string. Okay. Oh, that's a new menu area. One string holding a a meager amount of rosaries. You know these words that you sometimes just read and you're like completely confused because when do you read meager, right? Like that. There's like another thing. There's like a really minor thing. When I was like writing like the description for like Silksong, I was like writing down Silksong. I was like, this word looks so weird when you don't capitalize it or you don't just write like skong. I don't know why. I just think it looks weird. I know people are going to hate me for saying that, but hey, rosaries. Beads carved from various materials used as a measure of faith and traded as currency. Okay, there's a currency here. Each is etched with a fine pattern design. They want the spoilers print to be there the whole time. Oh yeah, I wanted that one the entire time, yeah. I guess I did something wrong. I guess my mods are just... Oh, okay, this is where we are. So just spoilers. I think it's just spoiler. Appreciate you pinning that. Thanks. I don't know why I thought I clicked it as like a permanent thing, but I don't know. I guess I'm not a professional streamer. Anyway, I guess I figured out where we were. I just don't know what exactly, like, I did read that, right? Like, we have, like, the thing contains 30 rosaries. Can I... Oh, I can break you. Okay. Oh, wait. Is this, like, okay, I have, like, a weird theory here. I say weird. Maybe it's not weird. But I'm assuming that this is going to be similar to, like, Geo in, like, the last guy where you can kind of lose it. And I'm assuming I don't lose those. I don't think it ever happened to me. Right, I do remember there was like an NPC in Hollow Knight, and I have never used their services about like recovering like your Geo and stuff because I never died, like at least like outside of boss fights, and it was like always possible for me to like recover. I don't think I've ever lost money, you know, outside of the spring thingy. Anyway, but I'm assuming it's going to be like similar. So let's see. Wait, I get offered the deal. Oh, this is actually a new question of the day, I think. Is it? Oh, no, that's actually an old one. Would I get go blind for the next 5 years for like 10 million tax-free? I still feel like, depending on where I am in my life, that would be reasonable. Right? There are like people who can manage with like being blind. I can still listen to stuff, right? You only know what the NPC does because you watched Ryan. Yeah, like I only know about that because like somebody told me in chat, I think. I forgot who told me. But somebody does. Once I was like done with the game. So... you definitely would. I feel like 10 million is so much, especially if you have like a support network of like people who can help you, and especially if you get like a little bit, yeah, the tax-free. Like I feel like it's always like a lot easier. Like in Germany, it would be like probably like half that you would get out of there if it weren't like taxed. And like to be fair, even if it were taxed, I'm just doing that because it's like a little bit easier. But like even if it wasn't tax-free, like even for 5 millions, like there is nothing I could do over those years. That would like just make more money, I guess, right? It would suck to be blind, but there are like a lot of hobbies I can go after for like, especially for 5 years, right? Since it's like such a temporary thing, to basically never have to work again. I'm just gonna, can I reach those? Nah, I'm losing those shards if I can't reach them. No. Oh, that's actually cute. Look at me interacting with those shards. I can actually push them to the side if I'm doing it right. Wait a second. Right, I feel like that's like such a sum. You take 10 million, but you require it to be taxed because eat the rich. I mean, yeah, if you want that. To be fair, I feel like even taxes would be completely fine. And like whether you donate like half of it or like get half of it taxed, I feel like there can be like so much stuff you can do before you even have to think about like your own savings, right? I think I talked about this during like Talis Principle or something, where like somebody, like I talked about like somebody about like money you need in your life. And I thought like, okay, is there like a sum you could theoretically make? Like I'm gonna sort of like as a mere mortal, not being born into wealth. And I thought like the upper limit might be like everything combined, right? Like you're saving like 100% of all the money you make and you become like a doctor or something like that. I think without like going to like any capitalistic means, you probably would end up at like maybe, like if you're like at the top echelon of like money making, maybe 20 million, right? Like this includes like everything you ever buy basically, right? Like every money that you could make. And I thought like, wow, if I had like that kind of money, like if you got like 1% of that per year, which you know you could do by putting it into like taxes, like taxes, but like into like a bank, 1%. Like, you could still live off that, and I thought, like, afterwards, wait, it's stupid, I could just take 1% of that money, or like 10%, right? Like, at that point. But I could do like so much stuff with that, and I would like I could do so much stuff and still not know enough things that I could be doing and to actually use up all that money. Also, I really want those shards. I don't know if you've noticed. Come on. I at least want one more shard, okay? I think I have to do it like this. No? Maybe there's like... I don't know if it's like an angle thing or if it's like a directional thing. I think it might just be... movement? No? I think it's an angle thing then. This conversation is really highlighting to that my voice is getting drowned out a bit. I can lower the volume. Wait a second. I'm gonna lower it like by 5 decibels for now. I'm just gonna yap a little bit more while swagging. Just let me know if this is fine. I'm just gonna yap a little bit more about like how 20 million bucks would be like so much money. I wouldn't even know what to do with that. I could buy a house, I could buy houses for friends, and I still wouldn't have any idea what to do with like the rest, kind of thing. And you could still like just sit on your ass lazily, I guess. Or even better, you could do cool shit afterwards. Come on, I just want that one shard. You know what? It's taunting me. You know what? I'm not gonna let myself get taunted by this shard. Screw that shard. Exactly. Exactly, Hornet. Screw that shard. I'm just gonna leave. Also, wait a second. What? I'm using up silk? What does it do? What does Garama do? What does it do? Why is it just costing me stuff? Also, this looks a lot more like Hollow Knight, you know? The Hollow Knight that I know. Oh, look at you. Love you. Exactly. Rhetorical. Thanks for reminding everyone. Okay, that's kind of cruel that like the body is just getting like spiked there, okay? Also, before we do anything else, can I pogo off these things? They do have like a little bit of knockback, so I'm not sure. You can't do that with the controller, by the way? That's kind of annoying if you can't. Can I? I don't want to like run into the spikes like that. It seems like really painful. Yeah, look at that big leg guy. We are the big leg guy, okay? Okay, we can pogo. Just wanted to check. Before I die, you know? Wait a second. Oh yeah, I was like kind of confused there. For some, you know, I've mentioned this before. I see so much color. I don't actually see writing, I see color. And like, I'm sorry, Cassie and Paxi, you have like a similar shade of pinkish red. I was like so confused that you were replying to yourself. I don't know. I'm a professional streamer, by the way. I don't know. I'm just gonna smack you. You know, that conversation makes like so much more sense if you remember that. Okay, I deserve that. If you remember that there are like multiple people here. But yeah, it's kind of weird if you can't. But it does kind of tell me that it's probably not the most important thing in the world. But hey, no, don't worry about it. It's just me being stupid. I do recognize it's just like, it was just like a funny moment where I completely forgot that I have like multiple people in chat. Anyway, getting more of those crystals, shards. Is there anything else up here? I guess not. Well, end of the map. Very lovely challenge, I guess. Playing keyboard, no shortage of buttons. That's definitely something you can do. I just, how do I put it? I don't mind playing on keyboard, but like I prefer like if I use my keyboard. I don't know if it makes like a massive difference like for you guys, but it's like a mechanical one. It's like really clicky and clacky. I feel like it's like going to be a lot quieter if I just use like a controller. Also, like when I grew up, I actually played like a decent amount of like PlayStation and Game Boy and Wii. Actually, my favorite controller, and people are going to hate me for that, is the Wii Remote Sideways. I don't know why I like that controller so much. It's just like something I use like so much. Which is also why I'm like a relatively decent, I say decent platformers as I'm falling down here. Ooh, I could probably make it up again. I want to try this. Just like that. Easy peasy. Give it just a little butt smack and then we can go up here. Ah, lovely. I don't have to actually murder everyone. Sometimes they can also, you know, exist, you know, butt smacked. Lovely gaming. And more murder. Oh, another fruit. Can I reach you? Oh wait, I could have reached you had I pogoed. I really want to know if this actually works like I think it does. Do you respawn? Because I do remember like some enemies do respawn every once in a while in this game, or like at the previous one at least. Okay, how am I doing this then? I need to find like an angle. Like I spent like half an hour in like the last game to get like a grub early. So I feel like I can definitely do that here as well. I feel like there's definitely an angle where I can do this. I just need to like kind of attract you over here. Without like going down, because I feel like I'm too slow otherwise. Wait a second, maybe I can actually. Can you see me? See me? Ah, so close. I can probably do that though. I definitely see myself doing that in like in the next hour or so. Ah, don't worry about it though. I just have to really sweat. I feel like if I pogo like on the left side and on the right side, it should be possible. I just need to, you know, get you to aggro on me. Yeah. And then, whoop. Ah, you actually went into like a weird direction. You know, actually, other idea. Can you float up again? Yeah. That's more like it. That's kind of the experience that I wanted. Okay, do I go to the left or the right? I guess I go back to the left just because, you know, I was already there and it's green. I do like green. Green is like, you know, actually, you know, one of my favorite colors. Probably my favorite color. It's just like so refreshing, which is really funny to say for someone like me who hates having plants in their home. I guess. Let's GP. Okay, GP. Oh, something to smack it. Okay, I guess the tummy ache is getting worse. I can at least jump, okay? I have like my full capabilities here. I only need to jump. I do not need to slash. Don't worry about it. Does it seem a little bit more intense? The ruined chapel. Oh, I can sit. Smack intact. Look at me resting. I'm so rested. I am so restful. And also, I feel like this is probably a perfect time. I did promise to take like a break every hour. So I'm gonna do that here real quick. Stretch your legs. I'm gonna do it like just a 3-minute... No, let's do a 5-minute break. Have a, you know... I wish resting worked like that, IRL. Yeah, I would love that. I feel like I'm just gonna, you know, every hour or so when I see like a bench, I'm gonna try to get, you know, used to it. Even though I probably don't need it right now. Let's take a break. 5 minutes. I'm gonna go over to like the other screen, give you like some music, and then we will reconvene in just a moment. Let me figure out like how the buttons work. Back to just chatting, I guess. I said game. Okay, now it works. Just chatting. I'm gonna give you 5-minute timer. BRB. Dang, I actually made it in time. Can't believe this. Okay, I'm almost back. Okay, now it should be fine. I hope you enjoyed your stretch break and stuff, you know. I really need to stretch every once in a while. Also, like I have like a limited amount of air in my room and I actually need to open the windows every once in a while. So this is probably a wise thing to do, I've heard. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna pause the music and switch over to the game. I hope everyone enjoyed their sitting. Where's the button? I'm a professional streamer, okay? I do know where the buttons are. Anyway. Also, wait a second. Another mini story that I actually have to tell because I saw something where I was like going, you know, through the house, getting mini more water and stuff. I was reminded that actually yesterday or 2 days ago, I got like a really random email. And I said like really random because it was like some company. And like obviously like when you get like your emails on like your phone, you only get like as a notification like the first 2 sentences or so, and it was like a really confusing one because normally when you get like spam mail, it's like really clear what it's even about, right? But this one was like by I'm gonna call like a company, and I'm gonna, you know, clear everything up later on, but like it was like by a company and they had like a really gamer sounding name, and I was like, that is weird, because like afterwards, like in the text, they were talking about like something about like, hey, the video is like still rendering or something. I was like, I have never hired a service to render my videos or like to edit my videos. Why would you send a mail like that to me? Who is that? Why is that so weird? And then I opened YouTube. And apparently, I have subscribed to a newsletter from like a YouTuber that only uploads like every once in a year or so, and it was like those. They were just like making like the update that their video was like still rendering, but it was like so, I guess, so confusingly worded that I was just so confused. I was like, I spent like literally like an hour or so like being really confused by that mail, because obviously like here's the thing, you don't actually want to open mails if you can avoid it, because like you can also like send mails that basically give you like confirmation that like somebody's sitting there. And in my app, especially on my phone, like reading mail just kind of sucks because they really love hiding like mail addresses and stuff, and I have never really understood that. I know that like email spoofing is a thing, but like it's generally like so unsafe to just like, I guess, show the name of a person instead of like their mail address, so you never are sure whether they are actually real or not. But yeah, that was like such a weird event. It was like for a video, it was a fun video, but still like after getting mail from a newsletter from a YouTuber you watch like once a year because they only upload like once a year is like really weird. Anyway, let's return to the game. For now, we are back at 0 deaths. Also need to change my audio levels again, you know, that's going to be lovely. And anyway, I guess it's time to climb. We have like a lot of these bugs in with the glasses. Huh? Interesting. I don't really know what to make of this place. Wait, it had a name. I'm stupid. I should have reread that name as I came back in, because like already was it like a temple or something? No, a ruined chapel, not a temple. Okay, Zelda. That makes a lot more sense now. I guess I'm just gonna go through here. I'm gonna go like to the left first. I do know that there's like a pathway to the right. We definitely have to return, but hey, it's a Metroidvania anyway. I don't know if I like this. Hi. Yeah, I don't know why I expected. Hey, Moss Mother. Wait, that's a new one. Yeah? And that was not even... Like, I was ready to attack something below me, not to the side and below me. Oh, you're attacking from the top. And you have some rocks falling, okay. Whoop. Smack. I can probably do something, right? Whoop. Okay, I for some reason expected like a different attack. Okay, I'm actually struggling here a little bit more than I wanted to. I say that as I... You know what? I'm gonna heal. I do remember healing. You can't stop me. Come on. I'm gonna focus up for like half a second here. I actually like the pogos. They do feel nice because they actually have like a decent amount of range downwards. I just really wasn't used to them yet from like the range. Oh, That's a beautiful smack. Oh, I love that already. Easy peasy. Oh, that's open. Change the color again? Well, I mean, I will definitely recognize that now. I can appreciate it, but like, again, don't worry about me. Like, let me be stupid. Anyway. Ooh, well, that's a well. Ascend? I don't know if I want to ascend you yet. I kind of wanted to check out like the other side then. Nah, you can't make me ascend. I'm gonna go to the right. You can never stop me. No one can. Especially not mothers. You know? I just remembered. Remember the rug on the side? I actually still have like a cam for that. Where people for some reason read that as MILF and not wild. I don't know why people would do that. But hey, it still exists. You just looked up Figma hex codes for color, okay. I mean, getting the hex codes right is always really important. I mean, it is a tasty yellow. Like, I would rate it like a 9 out of 10. Well, it could definitely be like a gummy bear kind of thing. So. Hey, we're back in this room. I just want to know what like is to the right. There was like something I am curious about that. You know, you can't just leave me hanging here. There's one of those roly guys. I really have to... Like, part of me... Wait. You missed things because you were side questing. I mean, I hope you enjoyed the side quests. You only missed like a boss. That reminds me, if you want to do that, because I am terrible at that. Don't forget, we do have a boss command if you want to edit that. I do remember now what one last thing that I wanted to do before stream. We wanted to test if you can actually edit that command. But yeah. Wait a second. Did I even miss something? Am I overthinking this? Is this not literally just this platform here? Ah, okay, this is a sealed door. Huh. Are those 4 masks or is this like a long mask split? You keep changing it? I mean, as long as you enjoy the change. You know? Okay, apparently there wasn't like a lot of stuff here, but I do like the dings. They are great. I guess I'm just gonna ascend then. I feel like I'm kind of limited in like which direction I can go here. Which, to be fair, like, I'm not gonna complain about that like for the beginning. I actually like to have like a little bit of the direction. You know, gives them a chance. What format do I want for this? You can just try... Yeah. Thanks, Pexi. Didn't work? Wait a second. Did it work? Now I'm kind of confused. It should give you like a notification that it worked, but say maybe... boss stuffs? Huh. Why is that not working? It should be command edit. Like we've done that before. Strong boss devs? It's... Like here's the thing. We have definitely done that in the past, right? Like you have... I'm quite sure that we had not a goose spot back in the day when you were already like editing for the last game. So I'm kind of confused what's happening. I know it's like debugging session here. It's not it should be edit. Let me real quick here. I know this is like annoying, but I'm gonna do like a real quick. I'm gonna sit here. I wanted to go like up there. Give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna real quick debug the code here. Come on, Godot, please open. Why can't I see you? Okay, now I can. Where's the function for that? Edit? This is the add function. This is the update function. Wait, this is update? It's not update, is it? Oh, it's update. Okay, it's exclamation update command, if I see that right. I can change it so that it also accepts that stuff. You wish you could stick around longer, but you have to go run? Well, I mean, I hope I enjoy Silksong. I hope you enjoy whatever you have to do. And also thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the hour or so. Okay, appreciate the edit. You know, it's like kind of the issue with like only streaming once every half year. You kind of forget how your own commands work. Wait. Ellie says hello? Well, hi Ellie. Hope you have a lovely day. Anyway, where was I? I want to climb up here. Yeah, exactly. I was kind of interrupted by that. Yeah, but it's just the update command. I'm gonna fix it in the Twitch mod hangout, like after stream. That's kind of on me. I don't know why I thought it was added. It's probably because it used to be added in like the other mods. Anyway, time to ascend. So, that's the perfect timing for ascension and tummy aches. I wanna jump over there? No. Oh, the tummy ache is gone. Okay, it's back. Okay, the tummy ache is location-based, so it's not like a poison in that sense. Good to know. I just have to check. Okay, something doesn't like me going here? Maybe my... Health? What are you? Ho 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 ho. Okay, somebody's laughing. Don't like that. Why would you laugh at somebody with a tummy ache? So rude. Yeah, poke it with a stick. So rude. Up with you, up! I won't have you dying on my floor. Orala. Ah, awake at last. You should mind your strength, traveler. There's no use wasting energy on an old nobody like me. In a second. Hornet's just like you for real. For real, for real. I get it. The chapel maid, by the way, okay. Where was I? There's no use wasting energy on an old nobody like me. That's a different voice? I see that now, madam. My welcome to your land has not been kind. I had reason to be wary. Okay. Like, I was like kind of confused because like it still says like chapel maid, but I guess, I mean, we can talk, right? Like, I completely forgot. Like, we are not a mute protagonist anymore, right? So, you're another pilgrim then, scuttled out of the darkness to climb that great path and bow at its gilded peak. Catestre. I'm gonna have to find, like, my voice for, like, Hornet in the future, because I feel like that voice is going to come up a lot. I am no pilgrim. I am Hornet, and I arrive in your land by no choice of my own. I was brought to your kingdom by force, captured by strange bug-clad and veils. Oh, how curious. The bugs of the citadel at the summit of our land, they veil themselves in service to their faith, or perhaps as slaves to something greater. Then I shall seek their citadel. If the veiled bugs would go to such lengths to bring me here, I intend to find out why. Oh, ferocious, intimidating. Yours is no pilgrim spirit. You've the bearing of a hunter. Welcome then, fierce traveler, to Pharloom, our holy yet haunted land. Before you depart, permit an old bug a brief warning. Best keep that weapon drawn. Our kingdom is gripped by a curse. Its paths grow wild and dangerous, and though some still attempt to climb to the citadel at its crest, none return to speak of what they see. The objective, the Great Citadel. Ascend through the lands of Pharloom to reach the citadel at the mountain's peak. View objectives in the task screen of the menu. Okay, this is definitely an interesting change. And yes, I'm really sorry that I can't do more than agree with your for real situation or like all the hugs. Still appreciate that there in chat, you know. Anyway, back to the game. But what do I want to say? I think it's really interesting that we are getting objectives. Like again, I also definitely I guess intrigued by the fact that we have like a, I guess, voiced protagonist now. Right, like with like the little knight, we kind of had to infer all the meaning. Here we have like an explicit idea of what's really going on, right? It's definitely going a completely different direction. Also having like explicit goals, right? Like the map in the old game had goals on there, kind of, but they were never as explicit as like this. I'm assuming this is going to be like Act 1. Again, no confirmation here. I'm just assuming a lot of stuff here. Also, interesting because like last time we kind of went down all the time, and apparently this game is about going up. So, I don't know. Just like the, I guess, connection there. You really benefit from Hornet speaking? Well, okay. You know, I get it. People love Hornet. It also kinda, I guess, how do I put it? I guess I know why the option is now there, right? Like in the options menu. That's what I want to talk about. Like the hero's voice. I'm assuming I was wrong about my theory that we don't have like someone just sitting on our shoulder like talking. Who doesn't love Hornet? Bees. Mods, ban them for saying me. No, I'm kidding. Take out their kneecaps. No, but seriously, I guess it's time to ascend then. Huh. You can still speak. Again, I need to find like a Hornet voice I can replicate like on the fly. It's probably going to take like a few streams. It's like some voices I take like a little bit. You know, I like doing silly voices, but, you know, the silly voice has to choose me first, and I feel like Hornet's voice is not silly enough. You bear your blade well, Hunter, and you've skill, no doubt, so I don't mean any unkindness when I say you still seem a little frail. Right, I was so horrified at the idea of someone not loving Hornet. Yep, exactly. I wasn't coughing. I was like, I had to like, you know, let my hate subside for just a moment. You know, I was like so filled with anger. I was like punching the table and stuff. Anyway, I guess we're so frail.
That's fine.
I was a long time spent captive, bound by seals strange to me. My strength is diminished, but recoverable. Okay, here's a weird thing. A perfectly reasonable and relatable reaction. You should punch tables. You know, tables are like almost as bad as, you know, bridges. Like just in general. I would not use this table if I didn't have to. Right? This table has actually broken my PC already. Partially, but that's another story. Where was I? I was just thinking about like the ending of Hollow Knight, because it's been like some time. And I obviously don't want a confirmation. The tables are practically evil, especially if the tables are turned. Imagine that. Turned tables. I mean, who would ever come up with that? You know, that would be crazy. But like, still, going back to the story of Hollow Knight. And again, I don't want a confirmation because I haven't played the game in quite some time. But I don't think we ever got like, I guess a confirmation what happened after the ending. Right? So I could definitely still see it as like, because we still had like the seals, even though they were like mostly broken. I could see someone using those seals to capture a, I guess, a hurt Hornet, in a way. If it's like directly after, it might just be like completely unrelated if we are in a sequel territory. Again, I don't know if we are like a sequel or a prequel. But I could definitely see like being like weakened in like an extremely weakened period of your life and then being captured. And then these seals, because like Hornet did say that she couldn't stay like inside of these seals, like in our fight for too long. Yeah, that was like a major plot point. I do remember that point. Right, so it would make sense that after the fight she would have been like extremely weakened and could be, you know, taken prisoner. And if she was like captive in like another sphere of that sort, she probably would have lost like a lot of energy. So I'm assuming this is more of a sequel, and this is about like, you know, regaining her strength instead of like, you know, learning her skills. Right, it would make sense in that sense. Again. Oh dear, you cannot find your needle. No! Well, that's not how you do like a Hornet cosplay. Whether you're like cross-stitching or not. I can't believe this. No, where was I? Basically, this is like my theory currently. My theory currently is this is a sequel. Again, don't need a confirmation. A sequel, we lost all of our abilities because we basically were drained of strength. And at this point... You're weak, not a weak. This has been ruined. No, what do I want to say? Like, basically, we basically lost all of our strength. We have to regain it after whatever happened. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to have happened directly after the, you know, the fight. You're vulnerable to attack. No! Yeah, you should always keep that nail besides you. Or the needle in this case. But yeah, like this is my theory so far. I don't know if I'm gonna be, you know, staying with that, but for now, you know, it makes a lot of sense if you ask me. So let's go back. Wait. By the time I reach that citadel, I'll be ready to face what awaits. Well, I mean, that's confident. Are you saying something else if I go here again? If the veiled bugs have an interest in you, enough to brave the ways beyond our borders, then you must be rather special, yes?
Yanara.
In my own lands, some may once have seen me so. In this place, with my strength sapped, I am just another traveler. Oh, a traveler, but still something more. I can see it now. Of course, that focus. I don't have any focus. Did those veiled bugs realize who they snared? Perhaps it is they who should be worried, eh? Well, they definitely should be. Right. You don't even remember setting it down, so you're so confused? You know, like a proper fighter in this world. Few as foreign as you, hunter dear. Visit me when you care. Well, you can't just call me out for not caring. I look forward to hearing how your steps might shake our world. Oh, yes. Okay, at this point, we are done with conversations. Still, lovely. And look at the opening. We can see stuff. And look at the blinding light. I have to escape my gamer cave. Also, I'm gonna go to the left first, as always. Ooh. Something sealed again. Can't smack you open, though. Yeah, where was I? Basically... I forgot what I want to talk about. Delayed quote, you have to look for it. I mean, that just happens. I hope you enjoyed it. I am still keeping the list. No, what I want to say, I do like that they're bringing up the wastes. The wastes were always like a thing that kind of confused me in Hollow Knight, like a little bit of lore thing, because I should also mention, right, like I mentioned this, I think last stream, I have not actually watched a lore video or anything like that on Hollow Knight. I actually watched basically nothing on Hollow Knight since I played it. I'm kind of going in like without, like only with my theories that I had like in the last game. And... oh, you just look at the message history. Well, I mean, I do still have that spreadsheet, okay? I still need to clean it up at some point, but still. Basically, the idea of like the ways where like everyone kind of loses their mind in those ways unless you're like in Hollow, like not in Hollowness, and like the City of Tears and like all of that region, because otherwise you just don't have a mind. It's never been like 100% clear how that works, because we do know that like other bugs came traveling into that area and stuff. Again, I don't want a confirmation. I might have completely misunderstood something. If that's the case, either I'm going to, you know, get the clarification at some point, or not, and I'm gonna be wrong, and that's fine. I say that as, you know, Hornet just gives me like that look. Okay, I'm sorry, I guess I'm not gonna be wrong. Look at that, that's so green. Ah, we can even cut the grass. Ooh. It's like all of the birds. You know, we all know that birds are government drones, so the same goes for those bugs? What are you? Is this an ambush? Was this an ambush? I mean, you have like this weird stick here. I mean, something happened. Also, I should probably raise volume slightly again. Oh, an encampment? I don't know if I want to go down. Okay, this is like literally another map. It makes sense there was like the light. Like, generally you see the light for that stuff. Oh. Bone bottom. Huh. We can sit! Sitting! It's perfect time for a break. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna take like a break at the next one. Hey. Ah, a fellow pilgrim are you, about to start your great journey to the holy citadel up top. I am no pilgrim, sir, though it seems we will be traveling a similar path. Not as pilgrim, well, it makes no difference, I suppose. We all must walk the roads up and up, though most of us will fall along for long before we see the grand gates. If you're wise, you stop here and rest a while before heading out into that dangerous world. I do like the whole thing that we had like in Hollow Knight as well, where you're like slower in like settlements, I'm gonna call them. Look at that, I like the walk cycle. Look at those lectures. You know, they're great. Can I smack something? Do I want to smack the light? It seems that would be so rude, right? I can enter something? I can talk to you. I'm gonna go like, what you doing? Okay, you know what? I want to go like in order, but like, you just seem way too happy for the situation, okay? I'm gonna have to talk to you. Regina Fora? What's this? Your buildings? Oh wait, that's me. What's this? Your building, sir? A sign of some kind? Aye, you're a sharp buck. A wish wall. It's past time this old camp had one. As the resident fixer, I've taken it upon myself to sort it out. This is Flick the Fixer, okay. They're a popular thing about Pharloom, wish walls. Useful too. So many prayers left unanswered. Gives them a place to go. And so much just happened. I said the situation called for some ice cream. I mean, ice cream is great. You can ask Kat about that. Come back to sit and the needle is just sitting on your desk mat. Wow, that's crazy. You know, the desk knew that now you were properly prepared for your task and returned to you. Right? I mean, okay, I don't know, like I'm assuming like a wish wall. Okay, it's like a little bit, I guess off topic. They remind me, like, just by the name, you know, like these like strings that like, I think they're like mostly Japanese, like as a cultural thing where they have like the strings so they can like hang like wishes upon them, right? Like they basically buy like these tags and like sometimes they write like their own on there. I'm assuming it's something similar. It's just like where I'm going with like the name basically. No, cookie dough ice cream. Oh, lovely. So typical. Once this wish wall is up, bugs be able to seek help from any able shell around. You could even try granting a couple of wishes yourself, Missy. Okay, so it's actually something different. It's more of a quest board. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna have to remember that because I will forget that. Like I'm gonna do like something really wild here. I'm gonna just like write random words on like my first page. I'm gonna fix them like later on. So wish wall. Okay, that's something new. I'm just gonna try it. And like to be fair, like most of my notes aren't actually that useful because I'm terrible at reading my own writing. So I'm generally just going with the vibes anyway. So it doesn't actually matter what I'm writing down. Look at you. Look at your neck. So wiggly. Pep. Oh, traveler, destined for the citadel, yes? Well, before you embark, won't you stop and make trade with an old pilgrim? I'd see your wares, madam, though I fear I may have nothing worthy to offer in return. Oh, worry not. If you lack fine goods to trade, we can barter still. In this devout land, we deal in the currency of faith. Rosaries, those finely carved beads of prayer. If you will only share some with me, I will trade you something fair. Oh, okay. Magnetite brooch. Okay, so this is like our upgrade system, good to know. A rosary string. Loose rosaries filling up your pockets. I can string them up safe so you won't go losing them. Might be a simple art, but takes some talent to keep them properly secure. So I'm guessing I'm understanding this right then. Stream notification of someone who isn't streaming, yeah, that's really weird. The biggest thing that really bothers me about like stream notifications is like, oh, there's like a streamer popping off, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. Why would I care about a streamer that I don't care about just because they're popping off at this moment, right? Or like, I'm assuming somebody maybe they clicked on the streaming button and instantly stopped. That could also be an option. I don't know, right? Like there are probably some bugs in that system. Or maybe it's like an old notification. I generally get like notification like hours after they're actually relevant, but hey. You can turn these off in settings. I'm gonna have to check that. Anyway, this is like back to like what I was thinking before I had to take a sip. This basically confirms my theory about like you can save up rosary pearls basically so they don't get lost if you die, I'm assuming. And it's also starting a hype train. I've not had that one outside of like people I was watching. But yeah. Anyway, simple key. Seems like just a key. But who knows what it'll unlock. I reckon it's come from the citadel, so it must open the way to something holy. This is another thing I completely forgot about that this game does that I really loved in Hollow Knight. That you are not reading descriptions of items, but instead you're talking to the vendor. It's like such a minor thing, but I really love that one. Craft metal. A rare find, this. Shinier than faith and harder than a regular side. A skilled craftsbug could fashion something nice out of it. If they've got the knowledge. You got pissed about notifications like that last year and you haven't had them since. So was able to fix it? Yeah. I mean, it would annoy me. To be fair, like I don't really care that much about notifications. I only see them when I'm like literally like looking at my phone anyway, so it doesn't really matter. For some reason, some informations are like so important. Like I have like these weird lights on the back of my phone, basically. I can actually show them. Like if I turn on the flashlight, it's like basically the same ones. No, wait, it's actually. Wait, how do I show it? Like this. Like I have like different sigils on there, and they sometimes light up, and it's like cannot. It's weird. I don't know why some notifications are like that important that they really have to show me that. Especially like my mails do that sometimes where it's like, oh, you got a new mail. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I would have to load that. But you got a mail, you have to check now. Yeah. Some of us are always looking at our phones. Yeah, I don't... Like I used to do that more and it's like definitely something I check the phones like regularly. But it's like not something like... I definitely have forgotten my phone in places in my house already. Just because I'm not looking that much actually. I guess. But yeah. Anyway, a mask shard, okay, what was expected, I guess, just a piece of something greater, but finely crafted. You should take it with you, traveler, for luck. Well, I'm assuming this is just going to be hearts again. Hearts, right, like hit points. And the magnetite brooch. I have a weird suspicion that this is going to be the compass. This stone is a beauty, isn't it? They say it'll help you gather up rosaries on the road ahead. You come back and share some with me, won't you? Okay. This is actually not what I expected. For some reason I thought the magnetite would be used to get like, you know, point towards north, right? Like as a, you know, compass. But apparently it's not. It's actually like the other one. And I actually like that one. I might get that one in the future. Also, I'm running out of water, so I'm gonna have like a break like real quick. Or like, not real quick, but like in a few minutes. Anyway. That's the brooch. I guess we're going to still check out that shop here. It's not a shop, okay. I expected something else. Just because it was like inside of this town? Maybe this. It's like a lot of shells like on the wall. Hey. Some bells and knickknacks.
Santa Soul.
The fearful pilgrim. Santa Soul. Oh, you've come to hide down here too, then. It is a fearful world out there. If you can keep quiet, I don't mind you joining me.
Nesvir?
You've chosen a curious place to rest, ma'am. This pit of bells and the structure around it, they suggest a station for travel, though one long abandoned. I'm not licking frogs, not a goosebot, you're wrong about this. I might lick a bell though.
Goro.
Aye, rumors in the camp say these bells run through the lands, great veins of them, forged by our ancient kin. And some even say bugs used to travel through them, in gilded carriages, no less.
Santa Soul.
Surely such fanciful travel would be a sin for us pilgrims. We must walk, climb and crawl, using only our own meager claws. Only thus can we prove our devotion. Well, I mean, I guess this is fast travel in the future. Look at all of those bells. Bells and whistles. And chimes? Plonk. I want to finish like the conversation here though. Down here you can't hear the cries of the pilgrims above, only the faintly ringing bells. It'll stay, but I'll stay and meditate a little longer before I start my own pilgrimage. Okay, this is everything. Right, I mean, I can ring the bells. I can double smack them. Triple smack. Haha! Look at that! Professional pogo! I really like the pogo, by the way. I've mentioned this before. Like, it's weird that it's like to the side, but I do like the rhythm to it. It feels like a bit more forgiving in a way. At least like so far. I might be completely wrong about that though. Can I don't know. You're scared of me if I smack? I don't know, you were like kind of scared. I don't want to like actually smack you though. That's so rude. Right, so I'm gonna not do that. Okay, I guess this is everything. I'm assuming this is fast travel, right? Like, I have my Hollow Knight goggles on. You know, these are explicitly Hollow Knight goggles. Don't forget about that. They're like basically that. This is just my vision, my nightly vision. It's also my nightly vision because I cannot see in the dark. No, but seriously, I guess I could go to the right and climb up. I kind of want to explore this place a little bit more in case there's like something. Ropes on a ring? Yeah, kind of suspicious. What are you hanging? I mean, something like this. Huh. Well, in any case, it's been close to another hour. Like, I would technically do more, but my water's empty. I have to get like another another one. So I'm gonna take like another 5-minute break here. Again, I promise it's been like a shorter hour, I guess, but we're going to go on for like another hour and a bit, I guess. Maybe a bit longer, depending on like how my energy levels are, like in an hour. We will see, but we have like a lot more to explore. So let me switch over to the other screen again and give you a 5-minute counter. I'll be back in a few. So BRB. yapping break is over in just a moment. Let me switch over here and pause the music and everything should be fine. I hope you enjoyed stretching your legs. I'm gonna go back to the game. Another thing, because I just saw like the laundry discussion here. Okay, it's not quite laundry, but like funny thing. Like I wanted to be ready for today's stream, so I did something that's like, it feels really unrelated, but like yesterday I actually spent the time to get like, you know, to vacuum my whole place, to make it like really clean, and then I got like new bed sheets, even though like it wouldn't have been like this day, it would have been like in a few days that I would have switched. Just to have like the coziest, I mean the coziest of sleep imaginable before starting stream today. And I even turned off the alarm, so you know, I actually got my full 8 hours of sleep. Like I was ready for today's Silksong stream. And I hope you guys were too. Anyway, I guess it's time to adventure then. I don't know if I want to smack that like little bulb there. Okay, I can't. Let's try. Like that's like always the thing, like you know, in the back of my mind, being rude. And like while I'm at it, I also, can I smack you? No, this time you're not scared. What were you scared of? Like last time I smacked something, you... Why are you surprised when I do that? Okay, if I hit, like if I hit near your feet, you get scared. Why only then? That's so weird. I'm doing laundry right now, but it's only 11 AM there. Well, I hope you are productive with that. I get it, like, yeah, like, there are a lot of tasks that you can do, like, while watching stuff, but I do, like, whenever I do, I find myself just kind of getting distracted too much. Like, sometimes I just need to focus down for, like, an hour, so that's, like, a lot more productive than, like, for example, watching something while doing something on the side for an hour. But that's just me, like, especially when it comes to, like, I don't know, vacuuming and stuff, where I'm doing something and I'm watching, or like cleaning my house, where like putting stuff away, and like I get distracted by one thing and I'm spending like an hour on that. You should have done after book was done, but alas, that's just life. Well, there's always tomorrow, right? Your computer's at the den, where the laundry is, it's all good. Well, that's reasonable. To be fair, I can also like do most of the stuff like in front of my and either my PC or like my laptop I could bring somewhere, or like at least I listen to like some stuff on the side, but it's oftentimes like, I don't know, just pick up something random, and that's just kind of it with like my productivity. Like I could probably like pick something up from my table and just talk about that for like half an hour if I really wanted to. But I'm gonna leave that because I actually don't want to get distracted like while playing. Let's you know, move that to another point. I don't know if I want to go down or I want to go to the right. I guess I'm gonna go down just because it was like the first thing that we had seen. For now at least. I don't know how far we can go. That's quite a drop, okay. That's a troll. That's such a troll. Come on, game. I guess I'm gonna climb the entire way back up again. But this time I can smack you a little bit harder because I know that you don't deserve to attack me. The same thing. Well, I hope you got to save first. I mean, to be fair, here's the thing that I never did in Hollow Knight. I bet I could just like quit to menu and like reload. And I would be in like that seat, but I don't do that. I have not done that in Hollow Knight. I've only ever saved while I was on a bench. That's just like kind of how I play, right? Like you really don't need to, but it just kind of feels right to me. So I'm gonna continue with that. So like even in those situations, I'm just gonna walk. To be fair, it's like also not that long a walk, and we get to like enjoy our time a little bit longer. I say that as if that really made like that much of a difference in like the grand scheme of like the game, but hey, who knows? You didn't even think of that? Yeah, to be fair, like I thought about that like somewhere in the middle. Like I didn't do it in the beginning because how do I put it? Like it was obvious for me that I could just quit out at any time, but I never really thought about this to like fast travel basically. If you rage quit or something, you do just quit on a spot. Here's the thing. I've never rage quit a game. Like the closest I've ever gotten was probably I wouldn't even say that in Titan Swords. Like I didn't even like Titan Swords, but I don't think I got like close to you know, rage quitting in that game. You know, I'm just that kind of calm, I guess. You know, no emotion, just stoicism, all that jazz. But I feel like that could have been like a funny troll. Ori, you did rage a lot. That reminds me, I want to add Ori to the list of games I want to maybe play on stream. I don't actually know if I want to play it on stream or like on YouTube, but I feel like it's more of a stream game, honestly. Like, just because it seems to be like that kind of platform. I feel like platformers probably work better on stream, but hey, what do I know? You've definitely rage quit before. Well, that is reasonable. Like, I do know like a lot of people who have rage quit, but I don't know. I don't really do it. I've never really been invested in like a rage kind. Like, don't get me wrong, I have definitely quit games after, you know, losing in a way, but I would never have really... You know what? Like, if you wanna expand the definition to rage quitting, I do sometimes rage quit in like colony builder kind of things, right? Like, or like stuff when like basically the entire colony dies. You could theoretically build it up again, and I'm just like, you know what? I've had enough for the day. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna start like a new one the next day. But I wouldn't really call it an rage, more like an annoyance, annoying quit. Let's call it that. You tell yourself it's not that serious, and here you're yelling and hollering when you get frustrated. Yeah. To be fair, emotions are not what they call rational, I've heard. You use rage quit pretty mildly. But after strong release, your health plummeted, yeah. To be fair, that's also probably something. If you call it... To be fair, I always call it rage quit if people leave like a Discord call, even when I'm doing it myself, but just as a joke, right? Like, if you're meaning it like in that sense, or like in this case, right? Like, recovering a little bit. I completely get that, but I wouldn't call that rage quit, right? This is obviously like a definition thing, and like if you're doing like jokingly, then that's something else. But yeah, like health sucking sucks, and yeah. I feel like that's like something else than like rage quitting in that sense, right? I feel like it's less game and more health related. So I'm really sorry to hear that though. Anyway, if something to write. That's a long song, actually. I could spook them. Spook! Yeah. Oh, it actually works. Wait, you... They pay attention to you? That's cool. Wait. Awesome. No? Okay, time to speak, I guess. I am... Oh, hear me pray, please hear me sing. My path's ahead, but here's the thing. I can't squeeze past your gate of bone. Why is the screen shaking? So please wake up and help. Oh?
Buenera.
Why do you sing, little one? This bony gate seems like a poor audience. Oh, but of course I sing. I am Sherma, a pilgrim just like you. I hear the call of the great citadel, just like every other devout soul. But look here. As soon as our sacred journey begins, we are tested. This huge gate stands between us and the way forward. Only holy prayer and song will open the way. In this kingdom, even mighty bone is moved by magic. Or music, I guess. Join your voice with mine, red maiden. You, me, and my lucky child will sing together until the great gate opens. Plink, plink, plink. Sturdy gate, I don't ask you to break or bend. Just open a little for me and my tall maiden friend. Well. And it's the same one. I mean, I guess we are the tall maiden friend. I can smack that one. But doesn't really do anything. But yeah, that was like something else I want to think about, because I tried like this mechanic with like I really don't get why it's so shaky. Is it shaky because your music actually does something? Or is it shaky because I'm standing in like a weird spot? Huh. Anyway, sometimes when you need Ellie to get moving or something, you sing in this tune to her. Oh, that's sweet. What do I want to say? There's actually one other thing that I wanted to test, because I've not actually looked at it, and we have like a new menu, and I completely forgot about that because I got that one before taking a break, I think. No, I got that after. Did I get it before or after taking a break? Around that time, and I completely forgot about like checking that one. And it's like the second one. Seek the Great Citadel. Ascend through the lands of Pharloom and reach the Great Citadel at the Kingdom's Peak. I can't do anything else though. I just wanted to see like where it is like in the menu. That's interesting. By the way, in Hollow Knight, was there even like a list of like all of the menus that you have? Because I don't remember that, and I do remember like, you know, switching through like 10 menus every time because I'm always using like the wrong direction when I'm trying to navigate. But maybe I was just blind, who knows. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go this way then, if the gate is closed. Ooh. Look at that guy. Look at those legs. Smack. Don't just show me those legs. Also, I do recognize that face structure. There were definitely a lot of bugs, like in the last game. I had like a similar one. Okay, that was too early. That's on me. So I do know that I'm at least healing 2 health each time. Is that a fake wall? No, okay, it's just a weird wall. So I kind of want to wait with healing until I have like until I'm down to like 2 health, because I want to see how much I'm actually healing. Maybe I'm healing 3, who knows. I just have to test it at some point. I know it's at least 2. Smack! All of the smacks. Also, I think it's interesting that we only have like... Do we actually only have like the energy to, or like the silk to, I guess, heal once? Or do we have like multiple? It's like all the stuff that I would like to test, but I would have to pay attention to that in the right moment. Also, I kind of want to see what's down here. Big bugs. You're really shaky. Ooh, I don't know if I like what I see on the other side. I can't open you though. Are you a bug? No, you're just a mask. It's definitely a shortcut. I guess the shakiness comes like from whatever's on the other side here. I feel like I'm gonna need like a lantern. I don't know. That's just my theory here, but hey, at some point. So, growling. Soul region. Smack. Smack. Nothing here. As always, we have to check all the walls. It's kind of a requirement. Ooh, big one. Oh. Big one charging. I want to get really good at pogoing again. Just because I feel like it's such a great move in general. And just because it's like so different now. I would be, you know, remiss to not do that, I guess. Anyway, let's smack that one. Look at all the orange. It obviously reminds you of the infection, but I don't know, like, it's definitely the accursed land, as they said. I don't know if it's like the same curse in a way. Also, we can't reach up there. I'm assuming double jump at some point? I don't know. I'm just making stuff up at this point. Oh, something to smack? Well, I do love secrets. But I don't want to go in there yet. I kind of want to check out the left. You. Big guy. Ouch. How do I get hit there? Well, I'm gonna blame something else. Can I break this? I can. Ow. I don't like this. I want to heal. I at least got the heal through. Yeah, I didn't expect it to break just by touching it. Oh, lovely though. Look at all those bonking their heads against each other. That's kind of adorable. Okay, you damage me if I attack you from the bottom, I guess. In a weird way. Can I just heal here? Like, I don't want to die to like silly bugs. Okay, I want to die to the serious bugs later on, or like, I don't know, a pit. You know, some really serious threats. Not just whatever's happening here. No, I'm not touching some balls, I'm touching some bugs. It's like, I know it's like a similar word, but... Wait, we opened the gate? No, we didn't. Okay, this is actually another place. I thought we were like in another space in the world. I can't actually, like I would have to go around again to find like the secret pathway that I found. So I guess I'm gonna go down here. Huh. Oh, beads. I can pick them up. 2 beads! Can I just smack them off? Oh, I actually have to smack them basically each on their own. No, don't run away. Okay. Apparently, they just bounce off the wall. I'm gonna, you know, let our friend through. Sing harder, my little friend. Do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Just like that. Bong. That's a cool animation, though. How are you feeling? You just stopped singing just because the door opened. I can't believe this. Hi, did you see it, Red Maiden? The Great Gate heard my song and, in its infinite and ancient kindness, has opened the way forward for us. Gate, 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 nicest gate I've met. Gate, 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 greatest miracle yet. Ha ha ha! Okay, it's the same song. Miavel. Aww. Can I I kind of want to see if I can break that just because it's like so shaky. And definitely I would not close the door on my friend here, okay? I would never think of that. No, what you say? I kind of want to climb up again. Because we did see the secret path and now that I'm here, we could always go back to the bottom quite easily, so, you know? Sometimes you have to have priorities, and my priorities are nowhere. You know? That's at least what the quest log says. Swoop. Like, I don't know if I'm actually faster doing, like, the little, pogo here. Also, no, this was just nothing, right? Still nothing. Give me something! No, but seriously, I don't know if this is, like, quicker. Might be slightly quicker. Not feels that way to me. If barely. And Dark Cave. Ooh. That's a friendly rock. Ooh. Ooh. Can I go back? Can't forget that I don't have double jumps yet. Landing up here. Ooh. Smack. Don't just break those skulls. Oh, beads. Oh, so many beads. Oh, is that Geo? Do we have like multiple currencies? No? Is this just like another rosary? Maybe it is. It just reminded me of Geo like too much, like the pattern in general. Maybe it was something that I just don't see on here. Or maybe I'm all thinking this, right? It might just be like the same currency basically, and they just have like different shapes and forms every once in a while to, be a little bit more unique. Right? They are allowed to be unique. Just like you guys. Not me though, I'm not unique. I'm here to be, too efficient for that. Geokalala, okay. Oh wait, that was the thing that Ryan called it, right? Anyway. Let's go down here. I guess we can just follow. Oh, another bench. Geokalala. Okay. Yeah, okay, those just look like the same beats. I just kind of missed the fact that they are like multiple types. Maybe they're worth more. Wait a second. 3. 1. They're worth 5. Okay. Why are you so shaky, ground? Stop making weird noises at me. I'm busy collecting beads. Wait. Can't believe I don't remember all voice acting from Hollow Knight. I played with 2% volume. No, I did not remember that. Why does this look like a trap? I've literally had a similar trap in Hollow Knight. You can't just... Like, look at that. It looks like it's going to put, like, a bubble around me. Inspect. Pilgrim, you are blessed to walk the foundations of Pharloom. Humble yourself before the shells of those who gave their lives to hold our kingdom's weight. I'm still gonna touch it. Is that rosaries? 30? Oh, wait, is it just like a bench to pay for? Look at that. Oh. Bells. This looks weirdly ominous. Okay, this is just a bench. I was all thinking this. Boom, boom. Can I climb? I can climb. Okay, that doesn't do anything for me. I thought maybe... Okay, Baba Nada I did recognize, okay? It's just that I do actually play with like a relatively low volume. I did raise it for this game a little bit. But that doesn't mean that I am great at like picking up a lot of sound cues while I'm yapping especially. I just wanna... I don't think I can do anything with that thing up there. I'm just kind of suspicious of it just because it's like, it's a ball. And like, just as Notabu Spot said before, it's time to touch some balls, okay? Anyway, I guess I'm gonna sit here real quick again. Oh yes, balls, they sure are important. You have to have them everywhere. Throw them at enemies all the time. Also, I have the weird suspicion that this is the place. The Marrow, okay. And this is probably a shaky place. Something crumbling here. Oh, this is the place, from the thing where we set the brightness of the game. Look at that. Can I break this? Can I fall into... I don't want to fall into lava. I have the weird suspicion that I'm gonna die if I do that, or at least take damage. So I'm gonna not do that. Smack! Good old triple smack. I can't reach over there yet. I feel like I'm gonna get some abilities for that. So let's just go over here. Smack. Smack you. Oh no. Did not expect that kind of fountain over there. I guess we can just go through here. This is just the end. But you know me, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna climb first. I have to see where all the places lead. Oh. Fat bug. Oh wait, that didn't work. I want to use you as a pogo. Can I pogo up with you? You know? Look at that. Could you come up here again? I really just need like a little bit of a... Do I even need that push? Okay, I don't need that. You know what? Maybe I'm all thinking this. Can you come over here? I need your shells. Delicious shells. I'm just gonna eat them. You know? And... Oh! Aha! I thought it was something was like shaky. I guess this is a way... Oh, this is this place. Okay. That I couldn't reach before. Big bug. Yeah, you can charge me. I don't care. Ow. I said I don't care. Wait, did I just take 2 damage from that guy? Okay. Interesting that it starts like that here. Also, interesting that I'm still using, this was the other thing I want to check, that I'm using up like all of my silk instantly, like once I use the heal. I'm assuming there's going to be like more in the future. But, yeah. I mean, the music here definitely has like a vibe to it. Right. Very echoey. In general, right? Like a distant orchestra. Anyway, I'm just gonna climb down here. And also strings in general are always like, you know, great to hear. Anyway, let's climb over there. Can I even make that? Okay, I'm just getting pulled up when I get close. I wasn't sure if I could actually make that jump. This area in the audio design is so imposing. Your brain kept telling you that it was the endgame area. To be fair, it's because of the magma, probably. Like, we're the final boss and it's also a giant dragon. Wait, what? I mean, maybe. What are you? Why are you so shaky? I knew that something was off here. Yeah? You're regenerating? That's so weird. Can I not... What happens if I touch you? Nothing? Am I just going to fall down? This is like kind of an indicator to show me that this is going to... Okay. Just want to make sure that I don't get like damage there. Like this isn't a physical object, it's just an indicator of like where the platform is going to reappear. Ooh. I should probably pay attention to the fact that there are like other platforms that do that. Wait, you don't see... Wait a second. Oh no. Smack that guy off first. Smack! 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 You were like, you didn't see anywhere else to go, so obviously you're supposed to be there. Yeah. I definitely get that vibe here, right? Like, well, it's mainly just lava, but I do appreciate it when games go for like another theme, right? Like, because it's... the standard is like the whole, you know, you have like grassland and like desert and then like, I don't know, icy mountains, and you go like into like the volcanoes and stuff. Oh, yes. Wait, you don't think you've seen anyone as good as Pogos as I was early on? I mean, do you remember me playing, what was the game called? Rogue Legacy, where I had to Pogo a lot? Like, I used that skill in Hollow Knight and I used like a lot of pogoing. So, I would be surprised if I was like bad at it. Even though I have to admit, I do still think it's kind of weird the way it feels. And yeah, I'm ignoring like all of the doors, by the way, until I'm done. I kind of want to see the top first before I do anything else. Oh, that was too late. You, Loki, don't remember anything about that except that you were confused. To be fair, I also was confused, but it was a silly game that you could just play on the side, so... This, like, the way this is built literally reminds me of, like, the Abyss. Right, like, just because of, like, this specific platform, even though it's, like, not quite. Even though, like, there are, like, some similarities, right? Like, I can definitely see, like, an inspiration from the Abyss for, like, this area. We'd like to climb. Also, it's like a minor thing, but I think it's, like, actually kind of cute that you can kind of jump off of, like, this... How did I do that? Like, every once in a while you do, like, the big jump. I just don't time it right, I feel like. Maybe it's literally just that I'm jumping instantly after climbing up. But I got, like, this weird boost there, and I don't know how I can replicate it yet. How did I replicate that? Huh. I'm gonna figure that one out. In the future, I feel like. And similar colors if you don't count the magma. Yeah, there's definitely, like, some similarity here. Just like vibes-wise, but to be fair, it might also be like the art style in a way. Oh, I can't go through here. No, there's a lever. How dare you? Okay, I'm gonna... I guess I'm just gonna take like the top left here, right? I think it's the most reasonable place to go first. Always go to the top. We are going to speed run, clearly. And see something. To smack. I don't like this chain again. But this one seems to be kind of stable comparatively. Okay. I was worried that I would not be able to go back at some point. Huh, there's another one of you though. That was... Oh! What are you doing? Okay, you just let that one down. That's... I didn't pay attention. I was reading! I was checking the right side of my screen. Can't just go there. Oh, rosaries. I don't like that they're falling into the spikes. Did I get those? Huh, I'm gonna have to experiment with that in the future, I feel like. I guess I just hope that I got those. Like, I feel like that would be fair if I could just get, like, all of the stuff before, you know, it gets destroyed. Because otherwise it's just, like, kind of rude. But I'm gonna have to, like, really pay attention to that, like, next time. You're probably going to... I hear more singing. And you go up. And then down. Okay. He grieves his potential monetary loss. Exactly. It was so sad. That wasn't quite what I thought that would be a platform. Okay. I feel like this area is a lot larger than I expected. I gave it credit for, I guess. Pushanka. Edges sharp and senses keen. In my land, that is the way warriors greet each other. For though you are a child barely hatched, you are also a warrior. Your stance, your weapon, your movements, all proclaim it so. You have keen sight for my skill, Buck, but my childhood has long since passed. What has happened here? I see signs of battle all around. This is literally the how to talk to like shorter people meme, right? These strange, shuffling pilgrims. In the camp below they were docile enough, but up here they seem to have lost their senses. They cry out for the darkness and attack their fellow travelers. Yakanesh, keep your weapon drawn and your bearings true. The way ahead is winding, and to lose one's way invites only death. Nerapashma. I am a navigator amongst my tribe and have been making maps of these lands. Well, I could use a map. Not a compass though. If you give me a compass, right, I'm gonna ride. I can trade them with you and supplies if you wish. Ooh, Mossland Lab. Okay, map. The Morrow map? I mean, I wouldn't mind that. A quill. With this quill you can add any... By the way, look at that troll. 99? Really? You know how they get on Hornet's level to speak to her. Yeah, again, it's literally just that one meme about like how to talk to like a shorter person with like the first person looking down and the other one like squatting and then like another person picking them up. You know? Compass? Okay, it's a separate one. I'm not gonna get that one. Track your location throughout these winding lands with a bone compass. Each member of our tribe can craft them. I would pass you mine for a small price. Bench pins? When traveling in unfriendly lands, it is important to remember safe places to camp. These pins will mark benches and other rest spots on your map. You know, makes a lot of sense. And the shell marker. I'm assuming very similar system to like last time. You can use these to mark places of importance or reminders on your map. These markers I have modeled after the sheen of my own shell. Perhaps you will think of me when you use them. Well, that's just advertisement. Like blatant advertisement. Anyway, I can't afford the quill and the one. Can I just get the quill and not the map? With this quill you can add any new areas to discover to the maps that you own. We plucked the quills from Golpeni? Hunted by my tribe. Golpeni? I don't know. The hollowed shafts make the perfect charting tool. Okay. You got the compass just to look at it and immediately unequipped. I'm gonna get that one like at the... Like last time I got the compass like literally as my last charm. And I'm gonna do like the same time. I'm not even gonna go into like the... I'm gonna give myself the opportunity to use the compass. Right? That's that kind of rule. So I guess I'm gonna get the quill. Sure. And it's the only thing I'm gonna get. Oh, I mean, I scribbled something. I probably can't look at the maps because I don't have the money for it, but hey. In these lands... Wait, in these lands, names are given freely, are they not? I am Chakra. I'm Chakra wielding rings. If our hunts intertwine again, I will have new maps to trade. Well, Chakra, you know, I'm gonna remember that probably. I feel like chakras are something I have heard like as a term before. Until then, farewell, child wielding needle. Okay. I love it that the English language worked like that, right? With like missing commas, but like a child wielding needle and a child wielding needle are two different things. And I need a picture of a child wielding needle now. Okay, I also need like one more outer pearl because I don't think I can do anything, right? Like I don't have any maps yet. Yes, exactly. Also, can I do... Lerach. Okay, I can at least, you know, get attention. Also, I can't heal myself anymore. I wouldn't call this a waste. Oh, what are these rings? Oh wait, that's all like the chain rings? I mean, I can make music with those, so... Oh, look at that. Got some stuff. Of the stuff that you murdered. There's like a lot of singing here. Definitely thematically fitting. Who are you calling for, Chakra? Your voice echoes through the caverns. Oh wait, like, I was like so confused. I was like, I am sorry. I'm sorry, Hornet, that you have a voice. You confused me when you speak. It is so weird after playing Hornet for so long. Who are you calling for, Chakra? Your voice echoes through the caverns. I came deeper into Pharloom in search of my mentor, the greatest of my tribe. I could not keep pace though, and her trail grew cold. She will have traveled much farther by now, but if I keep moving and stay vigilant, I will reunite with her. So handy, everything's handy here, I get it. Anyway, I wanted to buy a marrow map. I don't, like the mosslands I'm gonna use soon, but I feel like I'm gonna need the marrow now. Just because there were like so many pathways that I have not checked and I need them like on some map. Anyway, item purchased. Look at that. Obtained a map. Hold LB to view the map of the current area. View detailed map of the world pane in the menu. Yeah. Look at that. So this button still exists. Look at that. I probably need to sit down somewhere. No, wait, this is actually the room that I'm in, right? Like the one at the top, the last one that was drawn. I'm assuming there's going to be like a proper map. Yep. Wait. Oh, this is probably my goal, right? Like if I go over here. Okay, that's weird. I thought I could like maybe move around, but like I'm assuming that the symbol up there. Yeah, it's a Great Citadel symbol, right? Like this is like an objective marker. Interesting. I mentioned this before, like the previous game also had like some objective marker. I'm personally not the biggest fan of them. Okay, let me rephrase that. I like when objective markers are optional. Like, for example, if you have to explicitly open a map, it would really bother me if I had like an arrow or something like that. Just to like differentiate those two things. Yoshke. I don't actually mind it like this. Just because I like to complain about like quest markers and stuff. I just wanted to like clarify that. I don't actually mind those. I really like having like the option to just look at something. Especially because I tend to like often take like breaks between like game sessions and I would not remember where to go. Oh, more leads. Oh, a piece of candy. It's basically the same thing. And I'm going back into like the green. I didn't want to go there. I have a map for this area. Come on, game, don't force me. I guess I'm just gonna climb to the top then. I'm gonna stay like in this area for now and it should be. Oh, green. Yeah, and this should just bring me to the green again. I guess there's like a lot to explore. I guess the moss areas are also kind of combined like that. Oh. Bells and whistles. What's that noise? Look at you. You are like one majestic bug. I'm gonna... I don't know, like, it's probably going to be safe, right? Like to just do that. Oh, I get stuff from it. Wait. Just in case, like I have the weird suspicion that this is going to be a peaceful encounter, like relatively. But you know, while I'm at it. Ow, first one. You just regrow? You regrow way too quick. Okay, maybe I cannot help you out here. Wait. Are you creating the silk or like are you being trapped by the silk? I'm not 100% sure actually, like looking at your position now. You might actually not be... Are you stuck? I mean, you sure are helping me though. Well, I mean, I guess I can't really help you. I'm sorry. I don't know if I need like a bigger slash or if you're just like here, you know, as a hobby. I mean, maybe it's a hobby. I don't know. You know, I don't kink shame. You know, loudly at least. Yeah, I do also, by the way, hate how maps work, but like, I think this one is fine. I can't really go to the right then. Right, like we have the bell room and we can't make any progress there, so I feel like we have to open that one up at some point. Huh. I guess I'm gonna check out, if I go to the right and then down, like on the left side there's like a short room. I don't expect that to be like a lot, so I'm gonna go for that one first. Also, I need to remember I can just look down, right? Also, wait a second. No, wait, the left side was like the shaft that I fell down. I'm not 100% sure where exactly I am right now. This is the one that I fell down, right? Like this one should just bring me like on the left side. Right, like the left way down. So I'm gonna be fine, just going to the right. I'm just gonna return to like where I started. I'm gonna smack like all of the levers, even though I've already smacked those. It's lovely, okay? Oh yeah, this is the place that I was looking for. And I'm gonna like check out like all of these small places first before I go like into any major regions. Just because like today is not going to be like the most massive of days, I guess. We're going to have like a lot more exploration like next week sometime. Smack! Ow. It's here, right? Yeah. I feel like this is the right room. Smack you again. Go away, you vile bug. Oh? I mean, if you just leave something, you know, some loot, I'm gonna take that. A shard pendant. Tool acquired. Equip tools in the crest menu while resting at a bench. Equipped. Acquire first tool. Okay, I got an achievement. You can't actually see that because, you know, Steam is not recorded in OBS, but it's interesting. Like, I normally like to edit those in, but I obviously can't do that while streaming. I wanted to look in here. Shark pendant. Shark pendant, yeah, exactly. Shard pendant. Crude trinkets worn by collectors and crafters. Allows one to collect more shell shards from defeated creatures. Okay, I don't know if that's like useful. I don't really... Have we figured out what those shards do? I don't think we've seen anything. So far it's just the beads, right? I know it says something about like crafting, but like we'd have to find like the crafting system for that. Also, why am I going this direction? Do I even want to go this direction? Wait, let's check the map. I guess I'm going to the top right then. If there's just like the small room. Obviously I could just check a bench, but if this is just increasing the maximum amount of stuff that I can carry, then it's not really that useful currently, you know, with me not being at the maximum and stuff. So I guess I'm just gonna go over here. Ooh, pathways. Look at that. And yeah, it's still not healing. I'm gonna take like one more damage before I heal next time. Oh, rock. Hey, Mr. Rock. Bug. Ooh, that's not quite what I expected. Okay, you are a lot knifier than expected. In general. Knife bug. Look at that rock. Got triggered. And then... Smack, smack. You can't parry me. Parry this! You filthy casual bag. You can't even do that. Give me those. And something to take. Ooh, freight rosary string. Okay. I can get a lot of them at least. I'm assuming that the freight just means that they have like less value than like the other ones. More secrets? It just looked like a secret like that to me. You know what, you bugs? You're kind of, you know, boring with your parrying. Why would you parry my attacks? Just so you die slower? I mean, it's not gonna help you. I'm still gonna get those delicious, delicious shards. And I'm gonna break out all of those. Ooh. This looks like a trap. I'm still gonna, you know. Ooh. Wait, there's like something rolling. Wait a second. I wanna try something. I'm at +0, like 27. Okay, I did not get any. Yeah, okay, I don't want them to fall into like those spikes. Good to know. I just had to do some science. Delicious berry bowls, yeah. I'm still thinking about like the... Oh, a piece of candy. Scene. Ah, close gates. Why would you close all of your gates? What is this? My own home? Oh? I don't know if you're like a weird bug with like a weird cape kind of shape, or if you're like a flower. Hey? Barishkaba! Barishkaba! Aha! A native of these fiery lowlands approaches Have no fear, my friend. We fleas are but humble travelers.
Hast wen?
Well met, sir. Though, like you, I am not of these lands. I am merely journeying through.
Humta, Osh.
Humta Osh. Oh ho, a kindred spirit. It's good luck for wanderers to meet on an unfamiliar path. And now that we have met, know that I am Flea Master Mushka, leader of this caravan. Mushka, okay. Varavos. Our own journey has barely begun, but you are most welcome to tarry here a while, stranger. Our ways are dark and winding. Good bugs must stay close together. I mean, we definitely are good bug, right? You can see it from like my pose. Yeah, accept my goodness.
Yanaga Mushke.
Stranger, will you hear my worry? The time has come for us to fleas to find each other and travel together, as has happened through generations before. Well, I mean, it sounds like a collectible of sorts, and it sounds like kind of rude to just call like bugs collectibles, but you know what I mean. The many fleas of this kingdom should be flocking to our caravan, but times have become dangerous. You feel it too, yes? Our poor cousins out there in hiding. Could you help us find these poor lost fleas? We daren't continue our journey until some of the poor dears have found their way here to us. You think your internet is telling you to go to sleep? You've had to refresh like twice in like 10 minutes, and after not having to refresh at all before then. Well, to be fair, I'm also not going to continue for like that much longer. Promise wish? Probably like, you're probably at the perfect time to like leave, I guess. Anyway, also sorry to hear that, like, internet sucks. Like, I've had like so many issues like over the last few weeks because of that, because it's summertime and my ISP hates summer. Anyway, the Lost Fleas Promise Wish, I guess it's a quest, right? Like they talked about like the wish wall. So sure. The Lost Fleas Wish Promised. Yeah, I complained about my ISP a lot, and I'm gonna continue doing that like every single summer. My ISP sucks. And there are only two, and they both suck.
Paravost?
Do I understand you rightly, stranger? You will help gather the lonely fleas to our caravan? Truly? I am traveling these lands for my own reasons, Flea Master. However, if I happen upon any fleas on my travel, I will aid them as best as I can.
Yanaga Mushke.
Moshke! Oh, I could ask for nothing more. They must all be hiding or stuck in dangerous places, but if you rouse them, they are sure to find their way here to us. May the kingdom bless your travels and keep you safe, stranger. You are welcome to rest here with us whenever the roads bring you back. Well, I'm gonna do that in a second. This is like a lovely card. I like the shell design again. They have like different symbols on there. Like two different ones. Like the long ones on like on the side, I'm guessing they're like these antennae, I guess, in a way. It's just weird that they are, you know, like kind of meeting in the middle instead of like going like the other way, right? Like instead of like going like this friendly little bug here. Dadeshna. I am saying welcome to our caravan, stranger. You are very funny, very strange flea, isn't it? No fur at all, and your wings fall off. It's just jest, of course, as flea's famous for giving jokes. Well, I hope that. How is you? You really seem excited, like a lot more excited than the rest, just like the bouncy motion. Vaga. Dadeshna, stranger. You're looking a little tired, is it? Unhealthy? You can rest with us here if you wish. It's nice and dark, and warm from below bring good health. Still, you should make care not to stay much long. You are not flea after all. Rude. I'm still gonna rest. Look at us writing a map. And we can also equip some tools. I want to do that. Shard pendant? How many slots do we have? We have like circle with like another circle inside and like a line with like this. Oh, I just noticed. They're like different symbols, so I can get like a pendant, I'm assuming. I don't know, I'm gonna see this like similar to like an RPG in a way, right? Like this is probably our headpiece, this is our armor, this is, I don't know, a pendant, this is a ring, and like 3 gimmicks? I don't know. Like I'm assuming that this is probably how it's going to work, which is also why we have like the symbol up there. Wasn't this the same symbol? I'm trying to remember. Like it was similar to the symbol that we saw when we got like the map, right? I'm still gonna equip it, right? Citadel, we also have like this one, the Lost Fleece. The Lost Fleece. Seek fleas across the land of Pharloom and guide them to a flea caravan. Apparently 5 of those. And this one gives me like another bead and the map and quill. Map of Pharloom and a quill for recording one's travel. When resting at a bench or elsewhere, the map will be updated with newly discovered areas. Well, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And we have not really discovered anything new because I was kind of just treading old ground. But in any case, as I mentioned, I only wanted to stream for like roughly 3 hours. You know, just to be like nice to Cat here since they had to leave. I'm just gonna end it like here instead of like 10 more minutes. I really appreciate you hanging out. I'm gonna quit to menu here. So we can enjoy the music for like 3 seconds before I switch over to like the other screen. Okay, those were 3 seconds, I'm sorry. Just chatting. Anyway, I really appreciate you hanging out. For the beginning of Silksong, I am going to return like next week at some point. Like I promised to do at least 1 stream. If I can find the time, I'm probably going to do like 2 or 3. The songs were well spent. Well, to be fair, I would have also played it at some point without the songs, but I felt like, you know, it was like a great like reminder that people apparently enjoy watching Stonk or something else. Stonks, okay? In any case, we appreciate you hanging out. At this point, I'm just gonna say goodbye to the VOD watchers and stop the recording.